This is the Say It Can't Gamer, and you are live with the MMA-Holes!
Mixed Martial A-Holes! MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial A-hole.
Boom, 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 boom.
No way.
Oh!
From the Queen Studios of New York, live, Poirier versus Gaethje Fight Week. MMA News Bellator is Friday, and you're watching the MMA-Holes. Yes. Wonderful. What's going on, TGIW? Welcome, friends and family. Invite all your friends aboard to this wonderful show. It is the MMA-Holes. It's good to see everyone. I hope everyone's got their mystic mugs together. You kiss your mug every Wednesday. I like to make out with my mug. Hold on a second. That's right. Oh, you look so pretty. Look at that face. Look at that crown. I just want to tongue you down on the MMA-Holes. A mystic mug. He's wonderful.
Wonderful.
That's right. What's up, guys and gals? Hope everyone's good tonight on the MMA-Holes. Check this out over here. Fire! This fight is fire! This fight is
Fire!
Yes. This fight is fire. Poirier versus Gaethje is this Saturday on Fox. Check it out. Justin Gaethje has a dad bod, but slim. He's got like the slimmest dad bod I've ever seen in my life, right? It's kind of weird. Gaethje has a weird physique. It's not out of shape. It's just dad bod, but not a dad bod. It's really weird to look at. I'm kind of aroused in some weird kind of way. Anyway, Gaethje versus Poirier is a fantastic fight. And you have Condit versus Oliveira, and you have this last style bender. That's right. Adesanya versus Vettori, which is a fire fight as well. You got Waterson versus Casey. We're going to be talking about this card. Because why isn't anyone talking about this card? I don't understand. I kind of don't get it. How come no one is talking about Poirier versus Gaethje? Maybe everyone's still hungover from the UFC 223, which we had over 200,000 views on and 1,500 subscribers. Goddamn celebrities. See? Look at this guy. I am a goddamn celebrity. That's right. I hope everyone has their MMA-Holes t-shirt on right now. Link in the description. I hope everyone downloaded the Play app. Thanks to our sponsors over here. The Play app is wonderful.
Wonderful.
We're going to take phone calls. We're going to do 2 hours of autism. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. We're inside the studio. We have 24 likes. 10 more likes. That's right, motherfuckers. Everyone like the shit out of this video because we're going to have a fucking party. Yeah.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
Fuck you. Dislikes.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
Thank you, Bruce, for the swole, sexy dance moves. You're wonderful.
Wonderful.
KDub2345 says, 2 firefight cards back to back, and they're free. That's right, KDub. You got this card over here, and you also have, I didn't queue it up yet because I'm slacking. Let's see, Bellator. Smellator 197. Yeah, Bellator 197. Let's see, Bellator Chandler fight card, and that's MMA fighting. Where's Bellator.com? Bellator.com. Let's see, .com. I think. Go over here. Yeah. Here we go. Here's Bellator's website, probably one of the worst websites of all time. And here it is. Michael Chandler is fighting Gertz. Gertz sounds like something you would have between your legs, right? It's like, hey, baby, would you like to come here and suck on my Gertz? Brandon Gertz. Swole 15-7-0. Okay. Pop up. Good for you. Go away. Lick my balls.
Lick my balls.
You got Logan Storley versus Joaquin Buckley. 8-1-0 versus 7-0-0. Very interesting over there. We have Baby Slice. That's right. Kimbo's Little Slice is fighting Devin Brock. We have AJ McKee versus Justin Lawrence. AJ McKee, the undefeated fighter, the gentleman who fought our friend and beat him up. But shout out to Blair Tugman. You are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
AJ McKee is one of the kids that's their studs. Bellator's budding studs over here. And Michael Chandler. Every time Michael Chandler fights, he puts on a show. So we got ourselves a decent card over here. Free, free, free. We got this, and we will be live streaming for both of them because we are goddamn celebrities. Saturday and Friday night, back-to-back live reaction streams. We just take it to the next level here on the MMA-Holes. To the next level. Go leave this trophy right over here. I earned this trophy. Chris, other than the MMA-Holes, what is your favorite MMA podcast? This is Dylan Collins. And Dylan, thank you for the question. I appreciate it. Dylan Collins is a soul sexy MMA hole. So shout out to Dylan Collins. Other MMA podcasts. All right, so here's the deal. I created this channel watching, I didn't really watch much of it, but I saw what Joe Rogan was doing, and Joe Rogan was doing a fantastic job over there. The guy's killing it. I looked at Joe's numbers. And I can listen to Joe. I can watch Joe here and there. If the guest is right, I'm in. There's sometimes I want to take my head off and smash it against the wall because Joe Rogan preaches to his audience a little too much. He's kind of like he thinks he's Jesus or some shit. So I'm not a big Joe Rogan fan, but I respect what he's done. What Joe Rogan has done is fantastic. And his fight companion is something it's brilliant. So what we did was decide to do Fight Buddies that was more engaging with the audience. That's what we did. So we had the idea from Joe Rogan. He did a fight companion. Kind of talked about the fights, kind of didn't talk about the fights. We would like to talk a little more about the fights and engage with you guys, the audience. So I can't really say Joe Rogan, but he kind of inspired this whole thing over here. Favorite podcast? I don't listen to anyone. I've seen Luke Thomas many of times, and you know, listen, we fucked around with Luke Thomas a little bit. I can't really sit through a full show. I have ADD. I can't sit through anything. The only thing I can sit through is a goddamn replay of the MMA-Holes. That's the only thing I can sit through because that's how we are over here. One thing I have to say is there are a lot of good shows out there. There's a lot of good content out there, but there's nothing as circusy as the MMA-Holes. And I have a short attention span. I can't sit there. I can't sit there and watch this stuff. So it's not like they're bad. I'm not trying to knock them. It's just I'm bored. They bore me. It is what it is. I also don't like to listen to these other shows or watch these other shows because I don't want to be biased by their opinion. This is 100% my opinion. And you may agree or disagree. I got lit on fire because of the Rose JJ fight. And I'm going to still stick to my guns. I say JJ won that fight. I don't give a fuck what anyone has to say. Michael Angelo says Ted Check is pretty good. Everyone has their cup of tea. Everyone has their cup. I love Kobe. Kobe from Kobe's Corner. Check him out. Link in the description. Probably one of the best breakdown guys in the game. Seriously. I think he's so underrated. Kobe's Corner is fantastic. I can't even watch Kobe. It's nothing against him. I think he's great. Joe Rogan is a fag, but he gets good guests and fighters, says Henry Ford. I don't know. Let me know in the chat. And we're going to talk about a lot tonight. All right. We have a lot of topics to talk about, and I'm bringing back topics. I'm bringing it back. So we'll be talking about the latest and greatest of what's going on in MMA news. We're going to talk about these crazy cards that are coming in. This card that no one is really giving two fucks about over here. I don't understand. This should be everywhere. Why is the UFC not even promoting this card? We're going to be talking about that. I feel like they're just pushing it aside. Poirier versus Gaethje. So there's a shitload of stuff that we crammed together. Let me know what you guys think of Joe Rogan's podcast. All right, let me know what you guys think about Joe Rogan. Yes or no?
Yes,
or no? I couldn't give two fucks about what anyone else is doing. I don't give a fuck what anyone else is doing. All I know is we're almost at 10,000 fucking subscribers. And everyone else could lick my balls.
Lick my balls.
We're going to do our own thing over here. Play an app, shout out. I'm going to shout these motherfuckers out. I'm going to plug the shit out of it. I'm going to sell my soul because this is our sponsor over here, the Player app. There's a link in the description down below. I talked to Sin, the CEO of the Player app. I think you're the CEO. I don't even know. She's a fantastic young lady, and she's doing good stuff over there. There's a lot of things to look forward to with this app. It's an exercise app. If you want to get in shape this summertime, if you want to get laid, you need to download this app. If you don't want to get laid, then don't even bother downloading it. You just sit there and eat potato chips. Ted makes too many noises, says M24. Ted reminds me of Ted Check we're talking about. Ted Check reminds me of mixed martial arts meets the Three Stooges. That's the best way I can put it. TED Show is good. They are promoting it. It's free TV card via cable subscription, and the open workouts are still going on right now, says Steve Johnson. They're not, to me, I haven't seen shit about it. Who do you think is the worst MMA show, says Greg Oden Blaze? Now, I asked Luke Thomas who is the worst MMA show, you know, the worst MMA personality. I'm going to have to say full-time MMA is pure trash. That's what I'm going to say. Full-time MMA is a big piece of shit. It's like a steaming pile of shit that they dumped on you. And they get all the subscribers because they put out like fucking 10 videos a day. So they're just playing the game of the algorithm. But the show is garbage. So fuck you, full-time MMA. All right, the Bas Rutten Joe Rogan was also good, says Game of Trolls. Dynamic Fastener, says Carlos Condit, is utter garbage. Whoa, hold on a second. He will never touch Tyrant's gold. I agree with that. He should go to Bellator because that's where the garbage goes, says Dynamic Fastener. Fucking A. All right, let's talk about Carlos Condit. Now, the Natural Born Killer was something special at one time, right? He was something special, but he's come back and he didn't look very good against Magny. Let me know what you guys think in the chat about Carlos Condit, who's fighting on this card. And this is a very big fight for him. He was supposed to fight, who did he have? Brown. Matt Brown, he was supposed to fight. That was a fantastic fight over there. I was looking forward to it. And Alex Oliveira comes in and saves the day. I think it's a tougher fight for Carlos Condit. I really do. I think Oliveira is definitely a tougher fight there. But let me know in the chat, do you think Carlos Condit is done or not done? I would love to know. Thoughts on Anik and Goldberg? Hold on a second. Let's look in the chat over here. Dylan Collins says, thoughts on John Anik, Goldberg, Anik. Goldberg's better than Anik. Yeah, listen. Okay. Just listen to me here. Mike Goldberg was fantastic. And he's doing Bellator, and he's doing a great job. Mike Goldberg's voice, even though he wasn't perfect, and look, I'm far from perfect. I stumble across my words. I'm like a retard over here half of the time, like stuttering and shit. But Mike Goldberg, his voice alone, here we go, it sends chills, you know? My nipples, they get hard.
I'm gonna wrap one on one shoulder, I'm gonna wrap the other on the other shoulder, and you're gonna need a fucking army to come take them belts off me.
Hey Chris, fun fact. I just started the Pline app this week and already I'm seeing gains in girth and length. D-sweet. Thanks. Results may vary.
Thank you, Vlad. I do appreciate it. That's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Look at that. Look, a review coming in. He's getting girth and length from the play. If you want to, hold on a second. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. If you want to increase penis size, well, the Playa app is for you.
Wonderful.
It sure is wonderful. You download that app. You sign up with the promo code MMA-Holes, and your penis will get bigger. That's right. It's good.
That's it.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, why doesn't anyone want to sponsor us? I mean, Player App, thank you for sponsoring us. Maybe we just lost our sponsorship over there. But yeah, penis, results may vary. So there you go. Your vagina gets tighter too. Is Goldberg Jewish? Well, it is a Jewish name. I miss Goldie, says M24. Yes, and his wife is Japanese. Goldberg, you talking about Goldberg, Steve Johnson? Mike Goldberg, he got remarried, if I'm not mistaken. I think Goldberg's fantastic. I met Mike Goldberg. This is Dylan Collins coming in. Dylan's firing away. Mike Goldberg, when I was a kid, I've met many popular MMA fighters, and he was probably the nicest of them all. Figures, I'm sorry. Yeah, so figure. I don't know why I'm apologizing to you. I'm not really that sorry. But there you go. Nicest guy. I mean, you see him in interviews. He seems like a real stand-up dude. Never met Mike Goldberg. I met a lot of fighters and stuff like that. Check out my Instagram at the MMA-Holes, especially earlier on. You'll see my goofy face with a lot of fighters and shit. Rogan is a great fight commentator, but his stream sucks, is KJ Fury. I think Rogan is an awesome color commentator. I think he's great. I really do. And people just don't like what he's saying. I think he's fantastic, and he has the voice too. Him and Goldberg were fantastic together. As for a stand-up comedian, not my cup of tea. Not my cup of coffee with a mug on it. And his podcast is good. I don't want to knock his podcast. He's killing it with ratings. I just not my shit. Did he divorce the Japanese girl, says Steve Johnson? Whatever he's with now, whether she's white, Japanese, or dirty knees. This is his second marriage, if I'm not mistaken. John Cena is the nicest UFC fighter, says Greta Oden Blaze. Jujap, says Jay Smooth. She ate his hot dog under. All right, and he dumped her. Okay, so there you go. Stop it. All right, so this is the card over here, And we're going to be also talking about, this is the same card. This is the card over here, and we're also going to be talking about this card over here, Bellator 197, right? Chandler versus Gertz. Imagine your last name. If your last name is Gertz, you better be a fighter, right? Gertz sounds like a foot disease or some shit like that, or I don't know. Or like, it sounds like when you're taking medications, like, may suffer from Gertz. I don't know. Anyway, that's the fight over there, and this is over here. We're going to be talking about a lot of that stuff. But let's start off the show with a little segment I like to call Topics. Dance!
Topics.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for Topics. Continue to article. What is this? Ad block. Come on, ad block. Stop it. All right, hold on a second. Here we go. Let's go to Topics. I'm already having technical difficulties. Fucking ad block. Gotta stop watching porn. New rumored UFC TV deal with ESPN and NBC, examining parameters of possible game-changing pact. All right, so let's see what we got over here. So I want to see the details. God damn, is the print, could it get any smaller? My old eyes can't fucking see. All right, anyway, let's see. Per our great sources, this deal is worth a total of $320 million a year. $320 million a year. $160 million per each year, okay? And it's ESPN and NBC, so it looks like a split deal to pay for production. Okay, this is according to Forbes over here. Current deal, UFC pays for production, okay? ESPN and NBC will also have streaming rights, and the Fight Pass prelims moving to their streaming platform. Contender Series to replace Tough, which, thank God, Tough is horrible. Each network gets one season each per year. Okay, pay-per-view reduces to 6 a year. Wait, hold on a second. Pay-per-views are only 6 a year, so it goes from 12 or 13 pay-per-views to 6 a year. Interesting. New weight classes to be added to help fill and increase fight nights. Men 165, female 105, etc. Each network will have exclusive rights to certain fighters, similar to how HBO and Showtime have their own boxers. Fuck me!
Wonderful.
Boxes, which they develop and build outside of pay-per-view. Wow. So if this is true, ESPN and NBC split deal over here, $320 million. I'm kind of going to miss the whole deal with Fox. I love the Fox Sports 1 and Fox Sports 2 shit. This is according to Forbes over here. I don't know if this is possible game-changing pact. So we don't know if this is a definite, but that's interesting. I want to know your thoughts in the chat, and I think I'm going to open up the phone lines immediately right over here as we're going through topics. But this is interesting. I don't like it. I like the 6 pay-per-views a year. I do enjoy that, 6 pay-per-views a year, because now we're not spending as much money. I was curious if they were going to, with Fight Pass, if we're going to get more content out of Fight Pass. Getting rid of Tough is, yes, fuck Tough. Fuck Tough is a faggot. They added 165 is going to be nice. Khabib versus Woodley would be a good matchup in styles. That would be good, Game of Trolls. I like that. Thanks, bro. You filthy animal. How do you make a copper wire? This is anytime. Help out anytime over here. Good point, Steve. What does Steve say? Steve Johnson says, Fox is stupid for letting it go. They built FS1 and FS2 on the UFC deal. FS1 didn't even really exist before the UFC. Very good point, but you got to remember here, ESPN couldn't afford it and NBC couldn't afford it, so what they're looking to do is split it. So how did, maybe Fox didn't even want to spend the split. What is it, 160 million per year. So 160 million each, ESPN and NBC, split up. That's a lot of fucking money. Full-time MMA could get good use of the Play app. It's true. Barboza to win Kevin too. We're going to be talking about that as well in AC. The AC fighting. Jews fighting over pennies. Jessie Beeps is Olympia Lowlife. She should be in the chat. Go subscribe to Jessie Bell Hill. I love Tough. Tough 1 made me a fan. Okay, Dylan Collins. And wow, you're going way back, Dylan. The Tough that I really jumped into was, and I was a little late to the Tough thing. It was Michael Bisping versus fucking Mayhem Miller. That was the one that got me into Tough for a little bit. I wasn't a Tough fan, and that one kind of sucked me in. So Michael Bisping, I didn't go early. I had to go backwards when I watched Michael Bisping versus Mayhem Miller. But that was a good season. Tough Now is terrible. I'm sorry. I didn't watch the girls, but I can't even. The last I saw was the Cody and TJ, which wasn't that far behind, but it was unwatchable to me, at least. WWE is going to Fox to Stelio 2. I don't know if that's happening. The UFC is on its last leg. It is 80% crap fights now. Well, here we go. Boneyard. We were complaining about this. We were saying how the pay-per-views are a problem, right? There are too many fights. There's pay-per-views and there's a million fight nights. So there's a lot of problems. So now it looks like what they're doing is they're condensing it a little bit with 6 pay-per-views and trying to put together better cards. The interesting part is it looks like networks are gonna have specific fighters to their network. It's kind of bizarre. I mean, it's a real big game changer. You know, well, according to this article over here from Forbes, I'm not sure if this is a set deal. It doesn't look like it's set in stone yet, but this is a big deal. If this is remotely close to what's happening right now and ripping it away from Fox Sports and Fox, I liked Fox Sports. This week it's going to be on Fox, FS1, FS2. You got the prelims. You kind of found everything. Now it's like you can't even set your DVR. You don't know. It's all over the place. I don't have a DVR, so I don't have to worry about this shit. I don't have cable. Fuck cable. But other people, my father has cable, and he sets the DVR, and it's all fucked up. Now you're going to have NBC and ESPN. It doesn't work. Did you see that the UFC estimated between 220 to 350 buys for UFC 223? Says Nick. Thank you, Nick, for the stats. We hit an absurd number. We almost cracked Maymac numbers for UFC 223. I believe the numbers. When the UFC does good, the MMA-Holes do good. So I can actually judge by how we do with our ratings how the UFC does. And they must have killed it. They must have absolutely killed it. Who would have thought? Khabib versus Ally Quinta. All you need is Khabib on the card. My 2 highest rated shows in the 5, out of the 5, the top 5 has Khabib on it. So, yeah, Khabib. Raw going to Fox possibly, says Greg Odin Blaze. So there you go. That's 2 people saying in the chat that WWE is going over to Fox. So if that's the case, now it makes sense. What are you going to spend your money on, right? WWE getting Ronda Rousey. WWE is the country music of fucking sports, because country music is ridiculously big. I'm not a country fan, but I don't know why everyone listens to that shit. WWE is like country music of sports to me. WWE is huge. The fan base is tremendous. So why wouldn't Fox take on WWE? So I understand why they spend money there. If that's the case, it makes sense. I'm going to open up the phone lines at 516-522-0267. Give me a call. I'm going to take a couple of calls on this. I want to know what you think about the UFC going over to NBC and ESPN. And we're going to go along with topics, but let's take a couple of calls. Jareel says, I love black guys. I love them black guys. 773, you're alive with the MMA-Holes. What's your name and what's on your mind?
Hello?
Hola.
Hey, what I call in, what I want to talk about is Khabib.
No, you can't.
What is it going to take to beat someone like Khabib?
All right, so hold on a second. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the UFC going to NBC and ESPN. So if you have a question about that, you ask me about that. If not, you get off my fucking phones right now.
What, are you talking about the new broadcasting deal?
Yeah, the new broadcasting deal. What are your thoughts on this? ESPN and NBC look like they're splitting it up. They're going to leave Fox. $160 million per network. 6 pay-per-views. This looks like what's going to be happening.
Is ESPN and NBC, they owned by the same people?
I don't think so, but I have no fucking idea, to be honest. I'm thinking no. I don't think that's the case, but it could be. It's a possibility. I doubt it, though. I think they're just splitting the deal, and I mean, they're both huge. NBC is tremendous. I think NBC, on paper, is the biggest network of them all. I think they're making the most money, if I'm not mistaken, and ESPN's a monster of sports, so I don't think so.
I like your idea about the with Fox, how it's always on Fox or Fox Sports 1. I always know, but now it's going to be NBC or ESPN. Mm-hmm. Who knows what channel it's on? You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, thank you for the call. Get the fuck off my phone lines. How dare... No, that was good. I'm only fucking around. 516-522-0267. Get it on the lines. Let me know what you think about this UFC deal. Now, like our last caller said, on Fox, it was great. It was all one. It was a one-stop shop. Fox, FS1, FS2, you knew where everything was. I even got like my DirecTV now because of the UFC. Has all of the Fox stuff over there. So I like that. I like, even though it was on 3 kind of different channels, we still knew where everything was. Now, is it on NBC? Is it on ESPN? What the fuck is going on? Salute to Chris, a.k.a. Baby Rich, what? Piana? What is that? Thank you, Mexican. Nick says ESPN and NBC are competitors. ESPN is owned by ABC. Thank you, Nick. All right, here we go. Hold on. 631, you are live with the MMA-Holes. What's your name and what's on your mind?
Yeah, this is KJ Fury.
KJ, what's up, man? Is this the first time you're calling?
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the show. What's going on?
What's going on is I'm thinking the UFC is getting more and more like the WWE. They're not following rankings anymore, more involved with the money fights. I'm not sure how they're determining their champs anymore.
You know, I see that too, right? Well, the Conor McGregor movement, the Conor McGregor effect, right? Ever since this motherfucker, this knucklehead comes in, now it's all about the big money fights. But what I've noticed with this new television deal with ESPN and NBC is it looks like they're going towards boxing, right? What boxing's doing over there, where they're splitting the fighters up, different networks. There's probably going to be different belts, new weight classes. It's all split up and crazy. What do you think about this? Do you like the way it was run with Fox, or do you think the UFC needs to change and have these other networks hosting their shows?
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that point. They got to move around because of the money they're making, but, you know, they got to get back to rankings. That's how I see it.
I agree with you there. Now, what are you smoking on and sipping on? You sound like you're really mellowed out right now. You having a good time? Anything?
Nah, I got a little morphine and scotch.
I like that. I like that combo. All right, thanks for the call. Morphine and scotch. All right, we're going to take one more call on this. Let me know what you guys think. NBC, ESPN, splitting the deal. See you later, Fox. 6 pay-per-views. 6 fucking pay-per-views. And I don't know what's going on. It's really bizarre. I don't like the confusion. You don't know. Like, where is the fucking UFC on this weekend? I don't fucking know. It's an interesting topic, though. Conor McGregor is going to give Dana White a stone-cold stunner, says Drunk Savage. Right?
Yes, sir.
That's right. Hello, Morphine. What the fuck is George? Filthy Animal. Fox deports for all us beaners, his codename. Fook, ESPN, says Dylan Collins. Dave says, if each network is splitting fighters, we may miss out on a lot of fights that we want to see unless they bring it to pay-per-view. All right. 309, you're live with the MMA-Holes. What's your name and what is on your mind?
Yeah, my name is Jeremy. I have a question about the WWE.
Okay, so Jeremy, we're not
talking. I have a question for you.
We're not talking about the WWE. We're talking about NBC and ESPN buying the rights to the UFC.
Okay. Okay, well, I got a good question for that either way, too.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, what do you think about niggers on NBC?
It's a great question.
On ESPN.
Okay, so what do I think about the N-word? What, saying the N-word or actual black people?
Yeah, what do you just niggers on ESPN?
Okay, thank you for that. That was a great question. All right, so what do I think about the N-word on ESPN? I think it's wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next fucking topic. What is going on?
Wonderful.
All right. Here, let's go to the next topic over here. And let me know in the chat what you guys think of the N-word on ESPN. Why not say it, right? What can the UFC do with Nick Diaz? According to Blue Corner. Here are 3 different approaches, but one is awful. All right, so Nick Diaz. Okay, apparently his suspension is done. And what the fuck's going on? And it's on its way out, and he may be coming back to the UFC. I want to see what these 3 options over. I don't read these articles. All right. Fun fights is option 1. Diaz returns to a different UFC than the one he left 3 years ago. That means, for one thing, he'll not only have to get his Reebok on if he wants to fight in the octagon, but it also means that he'll probably be less restrained by limits. All right, what do we do? What is this? In fairness, let's see. GSP, another crack at GSP. Carlos Condit. All right, what is this article about? Treat him like anyone would be a contender. What is this? This article's AIDS. Anyway, all right, what do you guys... What the fuck? This article is written by a faggot. All right, what do you guys think over here? UFC Nick Diaz coming back to the UFC. First of all, I want to know, do you think he will come back to the UFC? And if he does, who would you like to see him fight? Some people are saying Nick Diaz versus Michael Bisping. Nick Diaz versus Michael Bisping. I like that. I like that idea over there, and that might be my front runner. You can see a rematch with GSP. I don't give a fuck about that. Let me know. Pay Nick Diaz in weed. Mike drop, says Boneyard Militia. Nick, they are all stuck in a corner for Nick. He won't fight for anything besides a title. Says, I don't think he deserves a title. So does that mean DC and the rest of the fighters who work for Fox fired or transferred to ESPN? All right. Nick versus Nate, says DVW. I'm in, right? Brother fight. Diaz beat Condit, get Nick back in the cage ASAP, says Gibson Les Paul. I wonder what the guys WWE question was. Well, we're going to open up the lines back again and see what he thinks about this. Well, it probably had to do with the N-word. I have a question on the last topic, says the Take My Call, says Brian Young. This is what the deal, guys. We're going to go through the rest of the topics, and then we're going to take open phone calls for everything. So we'll get to your calls. We have a 2-hour show, an hour and a half left. We're flying right now. I want Nick versus Lawler. Okay, Nick versus Nate. Fuck it. So a lot of people say Nick versus Nate. That'd be great. Could you imagine? Hold on a second. Could you imagine the money if you see brothers fighting Nick versus Nate, like Warrior style, like Tom Hardy versus the ginger guy? Could you imagine? Warrior was a fucking great. Hit me with the ones if you saw Warrior. Warrior is a recommendation. If you've never seen this movie, I fucking love it. Vlad is showing you how it's done.
And you're gonna need a fucking army to come take them belts off me.
What?
Way to dodge T-Man's question.
Lol. Way to dodge T-Man's question. Was T-Man in the chat? Thank you, Vlad, for the donation. I didn't see. Let's see. T-Man, were you in the chat? T-Man. I don't see T-Man. Where the fuck is he? Someone let me know what T-Man asked. Where the fuck is T-Man? I don't know. Anyway, while I look for it, who knows? Nick versus Yol. Mike Lanzalone says 1. And H with the 1 as well. MMA Drafts is Marnie Moose. Wheezing, I see what you did there. Nick versus Connor. This is Arpit Singh. I love Warrior. So a lot of people saw Warrior in the chat over here. Warrior is a great movie. Seriously, it is a fucking fantastic movie. It's one of those movies that hit your heartstring. It's about brothers. It's about a degenerate father. T-Man called in. Wait, Vlad said he called in. I'm confused. I don't know. That was the phone call. It says Mad Pickin'. T-Man was... Wait. Oh, my God. Oh, all right. So you're saying that T-Man is the one that drops the N-word. Is that what you're saying? Nick would Stockton slap the shit out of Connor. Okay, let's go to the next. Let's get out of this topic before I fucking kill myself. All right, so let's get on a serious note over here in the gaming stream. Now, there's a link in the description. Not Abraham Lincoln. There's a link in the description.
Wonderful.
I just knocked over my face over there. There's an MMA Hole mug. Link in the description to that as well. But to our gaming channel. We have a gaming channel where we have AIDS, and I play games horribly. It's called Not the MMA Holes. Go give that a subscribe. And we'll probably be back on that channel tomorrow night. I literally stream every fucking night on this channel and the second channel. So go give us, if you have bored and have no life, go subscribe to that channel. So this is some serious news over here. UFC Paige VanZant opens up about being raped and bullied in high school. Now, listen, this chat room is pretty fucking AIDSy at moments over here. But this is a serious thing. Paige VanZant saying that she was fucking raped and bullied in high school. I mean, rape is a fucking serious topic, all right? And it's weird the timing of how this comes out, but how does anyone come out about a topic like that? So a lot of courage for someone to do this. And I guess a payday would do it, right? She came out about being raped and wrote a book about it. I'm torn about this. I'm very torn about this. I like what she's doing to help other people come out, and you have this whole Me Too movement. But it's weird when you write a book. So it's kind of like you're making money off the rape. Like I'm like really, I don't know how to handle it. I like the fact that she has the courage to do it, but writing the book about it, it's like, hey, I'm just going to wait and write a book and then tell it. But a horrible story. Paige VanZant, this happening, I think she was 14 years old at a party. I mean, all rapists should be fucking run over multiple times, and then you get to fuck their corpse. You know, I think that's what you should do. Actually, you know what? How about this? Why don't we do this? Why don't we take all rapists, we wrangle them up, we drop their pants, and we shove this up their ass with no lube. We shove the I am a goddamn celebrity trophy up their ass and say, how do you like it, motherfuckers? How do you fucking like this chrome fucking bald man up your asshole? How the fuck do you like that, you fucking cunts? Why do people do shit like that? Like, what is wrong? What is wrong with people? What is wrong with pedophiles? What is wrong with anyone? How could a human being do that? It's absurd. So anyway, the timing is weird, but I guess, you know, how do you go about doing something like that? So if she's going to make a couple extra bucks off of this, good for her. But, you know, it's terrible. It's terrible fucking news. Let me know in the chat what you guys think about Paige VanZant. Try to be as respectful as possible because this is a topic. There's certain topics where I just don't like, you know, and this is one of them. Gibson Les Paul says, honestly, I don't care about PVZ. Meanwhile, some dude's going to beat off while reading this Paige's book. Jesus Christ. She shouldn't be at a party if she's 14. Some people say bad parenting. I don't fucking know. It's fucking stupid. It really infuriates me. You know what?
It's time to rant. It's time to rant. Chris is gonna rant and piss people off. It's time to rant. It's time to rant. Get ready for a rant and get pissed off. If you care, go away. I don't want you here anyway. Chris is gonna rant. Chris is gonna rant. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Shit, fuck, fuck.
You fucking cowardly cunts. You cowardly cunts. Look into my eyes. This goes out to the rapists. The cowardly cunts that would do that to a woman. I want you to look into my motherfucking eyes. I want you to think about this. When you make the decision to put your fucking cock in someone without their authorization, when you do things like this, when you ruin someone's fucking life, how do you fucking sleep at night? How the fuck can you sleep at night doing something like this to a kid, a 14-year-old girl? Now, I don't know how old these rapists are, but to a 14-year-old girl, what goes wrong in a man? It's not even a man, it's a child, in a child's mind that you have to do that. Are you that insecure about yourself? Are you that much of a fucking asshole to do something like that? Look at me. Look at me. You're a coward. You're a fucking coward. I don't believe that people should be murdered. But in this case, yeah. I think there should be a death penalty for shit like this. If you're stupid enough to do something like that, fuck you. Fuck you. How dare you? How dare you fucking have the audacity to even think about doing something like that? So I'm going to stop it right here. I'm not going to give you any more attention, right? But God forbid I ever got my hands on someone that would do something like that. God forbid. I swear to God, I would murder someone like that. I really would. You would have to lock me up. It's ridiculous. It's appalling. It's unbelievable. It really is. It's unbelievable. I'm going to stop it right there. We're talking about this with Paige VanZant. She wrote a book, so if you want to hear the story or read the story, you can check shit like that out. But it's some serious, it's a serious subject. It really is. You have this whole Me Too movement. You know, people coming out with sexual harassment, stuff like that. What the fuck is up with guys? Seriously. Like, what is up with men? Like, I'm ashamed to be a fucking man because these jerk-offs do stupid shit like this, squeezing asses at the office and just inappropriate. Like, what is wrong with you people? What is wrong? It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And if you don't like what I'm saying, you can fucking unsubscribe. If you don't like the fact that I'm bringing this up, unsubscribe. I don't give a fuck. You can leave. You know, it's ridiculous. People should be ashamed of themselves. Now let's move on to this comedy of a show over here, the MMA-Holes. That's right. Let's go to the next topic. Over here, topics. That's right. Let's bring it back up a notch. Fucking A. All right. Everyone calm down. It's not going to stay like that. All right, let's go to the next topic over here. And Conor McGregor. Everyone's favorite Conor McGregor. Everyone's all excited about Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor breaks silence as Floyd Mayweather's UFC fight is agreed. So apparently, according to sources, according to Express, which I don't know if that's a reliable source over here, but multiple people have been saying this, that Conor McGregor says that the Floyd Mayweather thing is going to happen. All right? Conor McGregor is going to be doing something here, and he's going to be fighting Floyd Mayweather. Now, I'm hearing things, maybe it's modified rules. Dana White squashes that theory. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to happen, and honestly, I don't give a fuck if it happens. I do want to see Conor back. I don't want to see him fighting Floyd Mayweather. I'm kind of over it. The boxing thing was interesting for a second, and I'm done. I'm done with Conor McGregor with the fucking boxing thing. Come back to MMA. And now, if you're going to fuck Floyd up with MMA rules inside an octagon, I'm in. If you're going to fuck him up there, but modify rules, all this stupidity, I've had enough. I had enough of this shit. So let me know in the chat. Are you done with Conor? Do you want him back in the octagon? Do you care about him fighting Floyd Mayweather? Let me know in the chat right now. Chat room unite. Conor McGregor back in the cage versus Floyd Mayweather in the ring. What do you want me to know? James M says, are you a feminist, Chris? No, I just call out cunts. James M, if you're a cunt, I call you out. James M, are you a rapist? Are you a rapist? Let me know. Smoke Cigs every day, says Antroni. Okay. Redneck Savage. Sup? What's going on? Mad Pickin'. Feminism is cancer. I would watch that fight, Conor versus Floyd. So KJ Fury says, I would watch that fight. P Shooter says, I could use a pink taco, a bong hit, and some fog hat. So I hope you get that tonight. Floyd is brittle and old, says Jay Smooth. Conor is in the fucking cage, says Olympia Lowlife. So he wants to see Conor in the cage. Yes, no more circus fights, please, says Almond Brothers. Ava M says, I'm honestly so tired of hearing about Conor McGregor. Now, I am a Conor fan. Like, I am a fan, right? I got his fucking painting over here, but I'm a realist. I'm sick of it too. I'm sick of hearing about Conor too. Listen, the buzz thing was gold for us because we got ratings for it. But I'm done with it. I'm done. I'm with you, Eva. I'm done. Get in the fucking cage already. Enough. Enough's enough. I don't give a fuck about the belt defending shit. I don't give a fuck about that. So everyone's like, defend or vacate or blah, blah, blah. Who cares? He's a circus fight. I want to see Conor get smashed like PVZ's coochie, says Mexican Diaz. Rape jokes. I think it would be a bestseller, says Game of Trolls. I want to see Conor back in the MMA cage, says Ann H. I agreed and no, not to the rapist, says James. Wait, agreed and no, not to a rapist. Okay, so James is not a rapist. All right, so we're good. As long as you're not a rapist. I want him back no matter what. It's boring without him, says Paul Fay. Paul, I don't understand this, okay? This is what I don't understand. I've had enough of the whole, is Conor fighting? Is Conor not fighting? Is Conor going to fight Floyd? Is he not going to fight Floyd? I am sick of that. I am absolutely sick of that. But, with that being said, I miss the trash talk. I miss Conor's press conferences. I miss the lead up. Conor McGregor is pound for pound the best on the mic. Let's be honest. Is he the greatest fighter of all time? No. But is he the best on the mic? Yes. Well, what the fuck? My sound effects. No! What the fuck, sound effects? You don't do that. Yes. There we go. Anyway, yeah, Conor's the best. Now, Chael Sonnen, I love Chael Sonnen. His trash talk was the shit. I think Conor McGregor took Chael Sonnen and brought it to the next level. I think he was smart. He was clever with his comebacks. He was quick. Conor McGregor was the best on the mic. Conor was the best at microphone, his sexy microphone appeal, and his ability to make an entertaining fight. I think he was the full package there. Was he the best fighter? No, but he was the best on the mic. He's the total package when it came to entertainment. We miss him. We need him on a card. Let's stop talking about him and just get him on a card already, right? Go away. Keep training. When you're ready to fight, announce the fight and come on back. CM Punk will give Conor a run for his money on the mic, says Greg Oden Blaze. Mexican D-Side says, I only want to see Conor versus Khabib. That's it. Mexican, Conor versus Khabib, yes. I mean, how could you not want that, right? I mean, they have the footage now. You have the bus incident and all that crazy shit. By the way, how about Ray Borg? May never fight again because of all this shit. That sucks. That sounds like a serious lawsuit. Imagine Ray Borg can't fight again. His eyes are all fucked up from the glass. That'd be some shit. That's a serious, serious lawsuit. The best trash talk I've ever seen is Dominic Cruz, says Gibson Les Paul. What's up, Steve Johnson? So in the chat, Dominic Cruz's trash talk leading up with the Cody Garbrandt fight was fantastic. Let me know in the chat who is the best trash talker in the UFC. Or you could go with any mixed martial arts sport. Let me know who's the best trash talker. And please do not say Kevin Lee or Tony Ferguson because I would kill you. I'll stab you in the face. Who is the best trash talker? Let me know in the chat right now as we're going and flowing. This is the Wednesday show. TGIW, motherfuckers. We got about 80 people watching. We have the Player app over here. Make sure you download this motherfucker. Promo code MMA-Holes. And, yeah, you get some perks. Get Conor on the 226 fight card, says K-Dub. I feel Conor's going to be back at the end of the year. I do feel that. So hold on. Let's see what else we got. I hope Borg sues him, says H. It's probably going to happen unless the UFC gives him shut up money. UFC needs Conor. They have no stars without him. I don't know about no stars, but you're not going to see a Conor star like a star like
wonderful.
A star like Conor in a long time. You may never see a star like him. You always don't realize what you have until it's gone, right? You always that's how it goes. Think about Ronda Rousey's run. She is total cringe at the end, right? But man, when she was on fire, the world would stop when Ronda Rousey fought. Everything would stop. I don't give a fuck what you say, whether you like her or you don't like her. The world would stop when Ronda Rousey fought. And then Conor McGregor comes aboard, and you're talking to Joe Schmo, who's never seen a fucking MMA fight in his life. He's like, what about that Conor McGregor kid? You know? There's not many fighters that do that. And Conor McGregor gave that to us. Marlon Moraes, probably the best trash talker. Marlon Moraes. Well, I mean, he's a goddamn good fighter. Conor, the cash he made by It Proves It's his Game of Trolls. Conor and Nick Diaz. You going for best trash talker? Nick Diaz is an interesting trash talker because he kind of mumbles through it, but he's fucking hilarious. I like Nick Diaz on the mic. He don't give a fuck. Dominic Cruz is a girl, says Jake Troy. The worst is Colby Covington. I'm with you. But Colby Covington, during that press conference, the 25th anniversary was, oh my God, he was so bad. That shows you how much we miss Conor. Colby Covington on Twitter is great, but fuck, he's so bad on the mic. They have no stars without Conor. Nobody else even comes close. He boxed Floyd Mayweather, for God's sake, says Zero Suit. There you go, Zero Suit. McGregor has very intelligent trash talk, says Wheezing 336. I agree. Conor brought me to the UFC, says Greg Oden Blaze. Whether you like or hate Conor McGregor, ladies and gentlemen, whether you like or hate this guy over here, and we're going to stop talking about him right now, but whether you like or hate him, he's done a lot for the sport. Some people say he ruined the sport, and that's a good argument, but he's done a lot for bringing eyeballs to the sport. So here we go. Next on topics over here. This is an interesting one. Cubs, Dodgers, and Red Sox, now we have baseball, are still not worth as much as the UFC sold for in 2016. All right, so this is CBSSports.com over here. And this is an interesting one. I know it's a little bit different than what we usually look at over here, but check this out, okay? The New York Yankees, $4 billion. Los Angeles Dodgers, $3 billion. Chicago Cubs, 2.9, 2.85 is San Francisco Giants, Boston Red Sox 2.8, and you go on and on. My New York Mets, $2.1 billion. And credit to the New York Mets, 9-1 start over there, hot start over there, and they'll break my heart at the end of the year. So all you math wizards out there already have this figured out. But that means the UFC went for so much as the Yankees, according to are currently worth back in 2016. So 2016, $4 billion. The UFC, $4 billion. Insanity over there. Let's see what we got here. You could agree. You could have the Angels and Cardinals for less than what it costs for WME-IMG to buy MMA giant, the UFC, and dish out of 2,000% return to UFC's ownership group in the process. A reminder that the UFC president Dana White and Lorenzo and Frank Fertitta bought the organization for $2 million in 2001. $2 million, and they flipped it for $4 billion. It's insane. It really is insanity. But look at these numbers. The Yankees are worth $4 billion. The Dodgers, $3 billion, and it just goes down from there. That's insane. The UFC. That shows you how much. I mean, Dana White and, well, the Fertitta brothers, really. Impressive stuff over there, getting this thing sold for $4 billion. Now the question is this, right? The company sells for $4 billion. You got Conor McGregor getting in trouble. Ronda Rousey's gone, and they're looking for someone. They're looking for some cash cows. So instead of doing that, they have ESPN and they have NBC splitting up and looking to pay some serious cash. But it's not $4 billion. Where are they getting their money back here? The pay-per-views? It's going to take some time to get this money back, and they're paying their fighters. Who is going to be the guy? They need a big star. MMA-Holes is $5 billion, says Wade Wilson. That's right, Wade Wilson. You goddamn correct about that. I'm going to sell this shit. I'm going to ride off into the sunset. It's going to be wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
MMA-Holes is worth $9.7 billion, says Greg Oden Blaze. Mets Baseball, says KJ Fury. Represent. Let me know in the chat, how much is the MMA-Holes worth? How much will the MMA-Holes be worth in 10 years? In 10 years, we've been live for 1 year and 6 months. How much is the MMA-Holes? I would love to know in this wonderful, wonderful chat. But $4 billion, man, some serious numbers. Chris, do you think Conor bus attack was staged but taken too far by Conor? No, James, I don't. I do not believe that. At first, you would think that, but no, not at all. Marky Wahoo, what's up? I know I'm a little late here with his comments, but Tony Ferguson is pretty bad at trash talk, and I agree. Kinshiro says the article 2,000% math is wrong. It should be 200,000% or 2,000 times original purchase. Kinshiro Ryu. KJ Fury says Chael is a good fighter, only lost to the best. MMA-Holes is worth $420 billion.
Wonderful.
That's right. 420.
Wonderful.
Marky Wahoo is fapping.
Fap.
Oh, that's right. Full-time MMA is worth Donkey's ale. MMA-Holes is worth what you have in your pockets, Chris, about $27. I have nothing in my pocket, so it's worth nothing. Brian Young, 10 years, you'll be worth $5.5.
Wonderful.
I'll take it. 5.5. Chris will be looking like a smaller redhead Luke Thomas in 10 years. Okay, Midnight Toker. Conor saved the card by doing what he did. Brian Blaze, you can make an argument. I mean, the ratings were through the fucking roof. They were through the roof. Everyone was getting numbers for that shit. So it was a blessing in disguise. With 3 fights off the card and the numbers are through the roof. You got Khabib on the card. You have Conor McGregor bringing all this attention. And behind closed doors, you have Dana White like... Yeah. So maybe Conor McGregor did save the card. Jose, and what did they lose? Ray Borg? Like, say if Ray Borg can't fight again. And listen, I hope Ray Borg can fight again. You know, I don't wish harm on anybody. These guys, what they do in the cage is more than I would ever do. But, I mean, I would lose Ray Borg to make all that cash. Ray Borg is never making you money. Jose can feed an entire African village, says George. Steve Johnson's MMA-Holes has more people behind it than Alliance MMA, and they have a way bigger market cap. We have more people subscribed to his channel than championship fighters in the UFC. It's unbelievable. Chris is the white Canelo Alvarez. That's right. Canelo's my son. He's my goddamn son. Unfortunately, Canelo's not going to be fighting. All right, let's roll through some topics, and I'm going to open up the phone lines. Here we go over here. SB Nation, UFC 227. TJ Dillashaw will beat up bully Cody Garbrandt again since Demetrius Johnson is scared. So here we go. These guys are talking hella shit during the press conference, the UFC 25th anniversary press conference. And Dillashaw is very, very confident that he's going to be taking out Cody Garbrandt once again. Now, let me know in the chat what you guys think. I think this fight is the only fight to make. I wanted to see this thing run back. I think the first one was fantastic. I want to see it happen again. Just because I'm selfish. I'm goddamn selfish. I want to see Cody Garbrandt versus TJ Part 2. Let me know who's going to win the fight in the rematch. Cody or TJ. Let me know right now in the chat. We're going to open up the phone lines very shortly. How the fuck do we have 68 likes with 86 people watching? Everybody right now. If you have not liked the channel, the video, do it right now. Make sure you like this video. Tickle that fucking like over there. And we'll play the 10 more likes song. Canelo is a cheater just like his father, says TXIG777. I pity those guys who are not circumcised, says Jake Troy. How many fatherless fighters are there in the UFC? That's a good question. It's probably, I'm sure there's a lot. Zabit is the future. I agree, Codename. He looks fantastic. TJ will flatline him round 2. TJ, Cody for the win. Cody, no dad, Garbrandt. Eva says TJ all the way. Trisket says, I think Cody beats him this time. Cody's hands are too damn quick. Now, I said it before the fight was even announced. Listen, Cody Garbrandt, I think he's going to win the rematch. I think we're going to have a trilogy. I really do see that, the trilogy fight. Greg says Cody and then TJ. So, Greg, we're on the same page. CC Ryder, TJ Drunk Savage. Cody says Jonathan Jones. Jay Smooth, Cody and Orphan. PS4 Zomb Trap, what's up? Says, I think Cody should fight someone else. Look what happened to Joanna. So, there you go. Zabit is the GOAT, says Jose Rodriguez. It's interesting to see. It looks like we got some more TJs than Cody's in the chat, which is interesting. And I did pick TJ the first time. I'm going to pick Cody the second time. TJ will kick his butt again. Do you think that TJ got in Cody's head? He's in there. You know, he has all the secrets. He's trained with him. And he's beat him once already. Not only did he beat him, he fucking KO'd him out. He just fucking knocked him the fuck out. So, they are both manlets. This is Steve Johnson. Vlad, it's priceless. Is Mexican Diaz side. TJ Cody is going to be a close, great fight. Says KJ Fury. If you did not like the first fight with Cody Garbrandt and TJ Dillashaw, I don't understand this. Why do people not want to see that thing run back? It was a great fight. It was a great fight. I have to see that shit again. That's just not going the distance. Someone's getting slept. Someone's getting slept again. I mean, at 135, you don't really get that. You don't get those guaranteed knockout fights. We're going to see it again. Someone's getting slept. I want to see that fight again. Cody Nobel Garbrandt, says Marky Wahoo. I want to see that fight again. And it will happen a second time. Cody versus an Ewok. Lit fight, says Filthy Animal. Jose Rodriguez says, nobody likes that snake TJ. The neck tattoo will KO TJ stiff. All right, so here we go, guys. There is a lot of things to talk about, okay? I'm going to open up the phone lines. There's a lot of things to talk about. We got Paige VanZant. We have Nick Diaz. We have the new TV deal. We have a lot of shit going down with that. If you look over here, Bellator 197. The Michael Chandler fight is not the one to really look out for. It is something else on this card. Actually, this one over here is interesting. Oh, fuck me. Come on, Bellator. What the fuck? You got Logan Storley versus Buckley, 8-1-0, 7-0-0. We have some very good records over here. You got Baby Slice, right? Kimbo's son. You got AJ McKee, who is a fucking badass, versus Justin Lawrence, who is very damn good. Scary guy. And you got Michael Chandler. Good card over here. And you have a fucking banging card here. Poirier versus Gaethje. How are you not emotional for this card over here? I mean, the main event alone is fireworks. Condit versus Oliveira is going to be a great fight. I'm pumped up for that shit. And we have the last style bender. Yeah, the girls, what are you going to do? I like chick fights. Karate Hottie, she's on a little downward slide. So I'm not like too pumped up. But for a Fox card, I'm down. Free fights. It's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
A lot of shit. Ronda Rousey in the WWE. Ronda Rousey in the WWE. We'll talk about that. I think Ronda Rousey, if you missed it, I'm not a WWE fan. Someone I saw in a chat, I don't know what chat room I saw it. Someone said WWE tards. I thought that was pretty interesting. WWE tards. I like that. I think I might steal that. But I'm not a fan of it. It sucks, WWE. But Ronda Rousey did a great job. She did a fantastic job. It was hilarious. I was laughing. It was just, she picked up Triple H. If you didn't see it, Ronda Rousey picked up Triple H is a monster. Picked him up, no problem. Good for Ronda. She did a great job. I think she's going to do fantastic in the WWE. And she said that it's funny. She said I never thought that I would say this, but losing to Holly Holm and losing to Amanda Nunes is the best thing that ever happened to her. So there you go. Fire fight weekend, says Jay Smooth. It is fire, man. Absolute fire. Okay, it is 10 p.m. We have one more hour, a full hour. And now I bring it to you guys, the MMA-Holes. I bring it to you guys. I'm going to open up the phone lines. Make sure you check out the Playa app. Play app over here, link in the description. They are our sponsor. We have a promo code MMA-Holes. And let me show you. Check it out over here. Gotta give a plug to my sponsor, motherfuckers. I gotta give a plug to my fucking sponsors over here. My fucking sponsor. Gotta give a fucking five. All right. Loading. Good. I'm glad you're fucking loading. Come on, stop loading. What are you doing here? What's up with the interwebs? Ugh. All right. My channel. I'm glad it's loading. What is up? All right, here's the beautiful video that you're watching. Look at that, man. He's a good-looking guy. He's a really good-looking guy. All right. You scroll down in our description over here. What 77 likes? Get us to 100 likes. I do appreciate it. In our description, get back in shape. That's right. With just your cell phone. It's like a personal trainer in your cell phone. Promo code MMA-Holes, 75% off for the first 3 months, just $1 a week. Just check it out. If you don't like it, you can delete it. It's that simple. But it's an awesome app over there, the Play app, and it's just a personal trainer inside your wonderful, wonderful cell phone. Michael Anzalone says the MMA-Holes at JBH and chat. Who is next for JJ? Joanna Jedrzejczyk. Before we open up the phone lines, let's look. All right, let's go to UFC rankings. Who's next for JJ? You can see a Carolina rematch, maybe? I don't know if I want to see that. That fight wasn't fantastic. Carolina gave her a run. Who would be next for JJ? Andrade got smoked by JJ. Well, it's definitely not going to be Rose. All right, let's see what we got over here. Good question, Michael Anzalone. And we'll open up them phone lines, so get your questions ready over here. Let's scroll in. JJ, who is the #1 ranked fighter, who lost to Rose Namajunas. Okay, let's see. She fought Andrade. I'm going to sneeze. I just sneezed. Let's see. Andrade, Claude, I think I'm allergic to you guys. Interesting stuff. Atisha Torres, maybe? You know what? God, it's a tough one. Maybe run it back with Carolina. Polish versus Polish again. I would run it back with Carolina. That's what I would do. She was the first person that jumped into my head. How about Felice Herrig catching an L versus Carolina? I feel like she's smoked. She did Della twice. Carolina, Atisha Torres. You know what? I want to see Polish versus Polish. I want to run them back. Carolina. I'm going Carolina with the fight. What do you guys think in the chat? It's a good question. Herrig should be #1, but she caught the L against Carolina over there. Will you know what you guys think in the chat? And I'll open up the phone lines in a second. 87 people watching. 10 more likes. That's right, motherfuckers. 10 more likes. A quest to 100 likes. Let's keep liking this video and lick my balls.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got
10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
Fuck you. Dislikes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
A lot of things coming up. Premier FC has spoken to me, and it looks like we're going to be collaborating. CES has a huge event with John Gotti III that's coming up. We're going to be covering both of those events, and we'll also be covering all the latest and greatest of the UFC and Bellator and all that fucking fun stuff. Carolina Yes is CC Ryder. Let's see. Paul Faye says Ava M. That's a good idea. What did Ava say? Says JJ should, oh, there we go, move up to 125 and try to get the belt before Valentina. Fantastic idea, Ava. Very good there. Subscribe to JBH in the chat. She'll be doing the after show. JBH is wonderful. And she'll be doing the after show tonight. She also does the Friday show. She does the show on Monday. And check her out. If you have not subscribed, give her a sub. We got 10 more likes. Yeah, motherfuckers. Annoy everyone before we open the motherfucking phone lines.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got
10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes. I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I hope the dislikes die of AIDS. 7 AIDS victims and 81 likes. You guys are wonderful. If you have not subscribed to the MMA-Holes, we do 3 shows a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We also do what's called Fight Buddies.
Fight Buddies
will be live on Saturday as well for Fight Buddies. JBH sniffs her own share after every stream. That's true. That's true. Connor agrees. I do an after show too. Naked one, says Steve Johnson. Khabib disliked this video, says Ted Yancey. Bleepity Bleep says CC Ryder. Fun fact, this channel increases sexual pleasure. It's time. That was a really good question by Michael Anzalone. What's next for JJ? And I think Ava hit it on the head. Or Ava hit it on the head. She definitely did. I like her going up to 125. That new and improved weight class. I'm down with that. I'm definitely down with that. Have her go up. I like that. Because Carolina happened already. Claudia and Jessica happened again. Tisha can happen, but she is coming off of a loss, if I'm not mistaken. Right? She lost to Andrade? Who the fuck she lose to? Yeah, Andrade. 3-round decision. That's right. Yeah, actually, she hung in there with Jessica. We're on a first-name basis. I think, yeah, very good. Eva for the win. Very nice job over there. Yeah, bring her over here. She fought Valentina back in the day. Maybe get a little rematch or go to Nico, Montana. I don't know. I like that. 516-522-0267. Get in on the lines. We have 81 people watching, 81 likes, and 8 people dying of AIDS. Thank you very much. If you guys want to support this show, you can become a patron. That's right. Thank you to the patrons. Shout out to the patrons. Link in the description to that. And as well, and Nightbot will drop a link in the chat. Also, if you guys want to do a super chat, you can interrupt the show at any fucking time, like Vlad did earlier, and some of our other swole MMA holes. Do that. If you want to come on Ronda Rousey or play a wonderful, wonderful song, link in the description. Unknown number, you alive. With the MMA-Holes, what's your name and what is on your mind?
What up? It's Smooth, homie.
Hey, Jay Smooth. I think this is the first time we got to talk to you after the storming the Barclays Center. What's going on?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good. I'm just enjoying this shit, and I'm getting pretty high up in there.
It sounds like you're smoking on something nice and swole. What are you smoking on tonight?
Oh, man, some fucking kush that I actually had left over from the weekend. Shit was pretty crazy, though.
Well, I tell you what, it was a pleasure meeting you. It was a lot of fun. You rolled the die.
The die of doom.
And it was great. It was wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
You got to meet JBH and Kenshiro Ryu as well, and myself. I mean, I'm a goddamn celebrity. But how is it, like, if you can, and unfortunately it was a little bit at the end, but if you can throw it in a nutshell, rolling the die, meeting some of the MMA-Holes, meeting JBH, looking at JBH's ass, how could you summarize this trip? And I think you got JBH pregnant, if I'm not mistaken, from rumors.
Well, to be fair, I was so faded that I'm pretty sure I was on another planet and everybody looked like fucking aliens in my sight. So, at least from my point of view, it was fun.
Oh, there you go. Good times. All right. Are you attending the UFC in AC? Are you thinking about attending that?
Wait, which event?
The AC event, Atlantic City. Are you looking to attend UFC over there?
Yeah, actually, it's funny because that's actually a shorter drive for me than New York, so there's a good chance I'll be over there.
There you go. All right. If we do that, I'm really debating on just like last minute, just fucking showing up on the AC thing. So if we do that, stay tuned. I'll let you guys know. But I would like to crash that. That's a good fight over there. That's a fun card.
Absolutely. It's funny because like if this card doesn't fall apart, it's actually pretty decent, and it's actually worth staying for, so I'm certainly down for that. I might stay over myself.
There you go. All right. Are you a gambler, Jay?
I do like to hit the card table every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
I like to hit poker usually.
There you go. Yeah, poker's the way to go. Poker. Blackjack's good too, but poker is fun. You play Texas Hold'em?
Yeah, man, I play Hold'em, I play 4-card, I play all that shit.
There you go. Yeah, I'm a sucker for 3-card, but I guess this is a conversation for another time. The card is Edson Barboza versus Kevin Lee, and this is stacked, man. Edgar Swanson. You got Willis versus Chase Sherman, who's on the main card. I gotta fucking get Chase back on. I mean, get him on.
We're gonna wrap one on one.
Hold on a second.
I'm gonna wrap the other on the other.
Holy
shoulder,
shit!
And you're gonna need a fucking army.
Oh my
to
God!
come take them belts off me.
Look out!
Love and hugs. Smiley face.
MARLYNN Lane. Hit me with the ones if you want MARLYNN Lane back on the show. We should fucking send Jesus, Jay. We got to get MARLYNN. She hasn't been on in years.
Yeah, man. It's been a minute. I don't even remember the last time she was here.
Yeah, we need. Hit me with the ones if you want MARLYNN Lane back on the show. MARLYNN, thank you for the wonderful, wonderful donation. Really appreciate that. A $3 donation. Look at that. She's tickling on donations. All right, so Jay, what's on your mind, man? This AC card stacked. Actually, wow. This fucking AC card blows this weekend's card out of the water. It's a good card this weekend, but shit. Look at this thing.
I tell you what, man, the Atlantic City's card is actually it's really good because in the main event it features two people that quite frankly put on pretty good fights. Kevin Lee didn't have a good showing against Tony Ferguson. Well, he had a strong first round, but after that he faded.
Mm-hmm.
And Barboza got raped by Khabib. And I think what's interesting about it is I think Edson will probably be stronger from that because, I mean, granted, you're not the same fighter after you fight Khabib, but if anything, all he can do is improve, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to be interesting seeing him coming off of that loss because that was an ugly one. That was really ugly. And Kevin Lee is like Khabib 2.0. Like, I mean, Kevin Lee, if you think about it, how he fights, it's not much different. You know, I mean, Khabib, the ground game, you know, Kevin can strike. I like it. I like this matchup between the two. And both fighters looking for a W. This means a lot for the rankings over here. So I think it's fantastic. 4 versus 7. Love this story with this fight. It's a good main event.
I was going to say, man, like, it's funny because Kevin Lee actually called out Khabib in the past, I believe, and he actually has said multiple times that he believes he can match Khabib on the ground. Now, I think that's bullshit, and I'm pretty sure everybody else agrees with that. But
yeah.
I think it would still be an interesting matchup considering how good his grappling actually is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think he can fucking sniff Khabib's jocks. But I mean, maybe in time. Kevin Lee is how old? He's still a young buck, man. What is he? 20? He's only 25 for fuck's sake. So he still has time to become something. And he's seventh ranked fighter at 25 years old. Very, very impressive. So that's some good stuff over there. What do you think about the fights this weekend?
Actually, I do want to ask you one question about Frankie Edgar, who's also on the card.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's taking this fight too soon after the way he got knocked the fuck out by Ortega?
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say I kind of think in the back of my head I think he's taking this too soon. And I would hate to see anything bad happen to him again.
This could be very ugly. Like, I mean, if I look at it, this happened before, right? And Frankie's, he's already done his work on Cub, and I'm not sold on Cub right now. I think he's kind of a shell of his former self. So maybe it's not that dangerous, but this has all the rest. This has the recipe for disaster for Frankie. It really does. Could you imagine he gets cracked again? He gets knocked out again? I mean, oh my God. I wouldn't know how to handle that. It's dangerous. It's really dangerous.
And plus, he would be getting knocked out in New Jersey. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if he's fought in New Jersey before, but if he were to, considering the fact that he's fighting in front of his hometown where he can redeem himself, it's not a good situation, especially since he's coming back so soon.
Yeah, it's scary. He took it real quick, and the UFC's like, okay, you're medically cleared. Come on to the card. Let's make some money off of you. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, listen, on paper it's fantastic, but it can't. I mean, Frankie Edgar's what, 36 years old. He has a gazillion fights. He's been in some wars. He's never been knocked out before, and then catches an L against Ortega, and now he's going against Cub, who is, listen, Cub is still the fourth-ranked fighter. I think his best days are behind him, but he's still the fourth-ranked fighter. Fuck. This could be a scary night for Frankie, especially in his hometown. Good point there, Jay.
Yeah, I would actually be hesitant to bet on Frankie Edgar, but I would do it just because I don't want to see nothing bad happen to him.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do you think about the card this weekend? We have a card here, Poirier versus Gaethje, who I feel no one's really talking about. This fight is fire. It's complete fire. What are your thoughts on this fight?
You know what? It's funny because I was disappointed that Matt Brown had an injury and is not able to fight Carlos Condit. That would have been a nice fight to see after it was canceled years back. Mm-hmm. So it's a little disappointing we don't get to see it, but still, I like the replacement with Oliveira. Now, as far as the main event goes, I like that Gaethje's coming back against another guy who's going to test him. And to be honest, Poirier's, I think, pretty pissed off and pretty hungry after what happened to him. Not just the whole thing with Eddie Alvarez, but also getting passed up. And I guess in favor of Max Holloway for that whole thing with UFC Brooklyn. Because in a way, he wasn't really happy about the fact that basically the replacement was going to be Holloway instead of him. Mm-hmm. So I think he's going to be extra hungry, motivated in this fight. And honestly, it's going to be a war. Somebody's going to get finished. Yeah, someone's definitely going to get finished in this fight. I mean, this is a no blinker for sure. I can't wait. I'm fired up for this one. The last Stylebender, this kid's slipping through the cracks. He's a fucking beast. And I honestly, the Carlos Condit thing versus Oliveira, I think it's very scary for Condit. That's a scary one. I know it's short notice, but Oliveira, I think he's gonna fuck Condit up. I really do. I think he's gonna fuck Condit up, man. This is gonna be ugly. What do you think about that fight? Do you think this is taking this fight over here? I think the Matt Brown fight was an interesting one. Stand and bang, these motherfuckers crazy, sick fucks. But Oliveira is scary all over the place. To be honest, after seeing the way Neil Magny fucked up Carlos Condit, he made Condit look old as shit. And mind you, that was after Magny got choked out by Maia. Mm-hmm. I don't really like this for Condit, to be honest with you. Yeah. I don't like this one. Yeah, this is a tough one. But for fans, I think this is going to be a great, great fight. And it's going to be fun to watch. A 4-fight main card. All right, Jay, anything else on your mind? Yeah, actually, you mentioned Israel. His fucking fighting style is exciting to watch. If he has the takedown defense to, thwart off any enemies on the ground, he has a chance to do some damage. He's going to be tested, though. He looks good now, but I don't know what he's going to look like against elite competition. Yeah, well, yeah. He's flashy. He's fun to watch. But, yeah, let's see him tested. Vittori's interesting. It's an interesting matchup over here. But we'll see. He needs a couple of fights on his belt before. It's like that fucking Sean O'Malley. I think this kid has more potential. This Israel Adesanya. Sean O'Malley, I think he's overhyped. I think that kid is... I don't think he's the real deal, to be honest. I'm not impressed. Actually, I do agree with you. I do like his fighting style as a karate fighter, but at the same time, I wasn't too impressed with what he's done so far. No. I like the knockout he had at the Contender Series, but... his fight with that Asian kid before wasn't all that impressive. Yeah, I agree. All right, so Jay Smooth, thank you for the call.
All right, Jay Smooth calling in, the sixth man. If you want to see Jay Smooth, he actually came during our UFC 223 Barclays Center invasion. Jay Smooth's over there. You can check that out. It's in our channel. Just go to our channel. You can check that shit out. And it is wonderful.
Wonderful.
If you have not subscribed to the MMA-Holes, what the fuck you waiting for, man? It's the greatest MMA channel on YouTube. We have a Friday event, Food Court Friday. Jesse Bell-Hill, our moderator, will be live with us. We will be watching the Bellator 197 event over there, and there's a lot of cool things to talk about with that. And on Saturday, we have this event, Poirier versus Gaethje. A lot of things to talk about tonight. We're going to keep the phone lines open at 516-522-0267. Make sure you download the Player app. Link in the description if you guys want to get swole and sexy.
Wonderful.
Marvin will win, I think, says Utrid. What's up, Utrid? Mexican. KJ Fury says, wow, 3 girls now on MMA-Holes looking up. KJ says, unbelievable. We have the 7% represent. 7% is wonderful.
Wonderful.
Tim Bosch with KO. The KO Papow says, so you're saying Tim Bosch for the win. Uh-oh. Jose, what's up? Welcome to the MMA-Holes.
Looks like they didn't build the wall fast enough, and boom, I got through. What's up, Chris?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm fucking awesome. So this is what I got on my mind today for you, Chris.
Okay.
Last time you were talking about JJ, how she did all the damage with the kicks, how Rose's leg was all fucked up, and this is all well and true. But what this reminded me of, because of this weekend's fight with Condit on the card, if you remember, when Condit fought against Nick Diaz, he kept doing those punk, bitch-ass little fucking leg kicks. Mm-hmm. And Diaz was talking shit after the fight that how the fuck can I lose this fight when all this guy is doing is these little bitch-ass leg kicks? So, I don't know, man. I feel like those little leg strikes, they shouldn't count for as much as like when you get a head kick or when you fucking jab somebody in the face or punch somebody with a right.
You know what I would like to do? I'm confused, right? When I watch these events, I don't know what is, like they say significant strikes and damage is very important. There's like a ranking to how each fight is scored. And I think we're in the dark as fans, right? We don't know what is more important than, I mean, it's ridiculous. These judges, they all change. Sometimes these judges say the takedowns are more important than strikes, the amount of strikes, cage control, and all this bullshit, damage. We don't know what's more important, and it's confusing. I find it very, very confusing because sometimes you think a fight goes one way, another person thinks it goes another way. I feel like the scoring system is very, very flawed, and I would like to have someone on the show. Let me know in the chat if you would like to see this. I would like to have someone on the show, perhaps a judge or someone that can explain these rules, because I feel they're doing a terrible job at letting the fans know what is important and what's not important when it comes to scoring the fight.
Absolutely. You know what? There needs to be some sort of a fucking referee school that specializes in MMA. Maybe judges should only be retired fighters or amateur fighters that didn't make it, or guys that own a fucking jiu-jitsu school or a fight school or something like that. Like, you gotta have some actual miles inside of a goddamn ring fighting, or some miles on the mat training to be qualified to be as a judge. Now, what I also wanted to say is that I was so glad when fucking T-Wood kicked fucking Condit and fucked his knee up. I felt like that was fucking karma for those little bitch leg kicks he did on Nick Diaz. Now, speaking of Nick Diaz, you know I'm a fucking Diaz brother fanatic through and through. His fucking suspension is about to be up in a couple of days. Who do the MMA hosts think that Diaz should fight? I honestly think, and I know this sounds crazy, Diaz could come back and fight Woodley. He's all about the money fights, and if you notice right now, Woodley has been holding out for a money fight. Diaz versus Woodley would do some fucking numbers. It'll piss off everybody in the rankings, but it'll do some numbers. What do you guys think?
All right, Jose, thank you for the call. Jose jumping in, doing a fantastic, wonderful job.
Wonderful.
And brings in some good topics over here. We talked about not Nick Diaz, not Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz. Referees are a union, says KJ Fury. So, okay. So let's touch on a couple of things here. I would like to see someone on here. I would like to see someone on the show explain to the fans what is important and what's not important. You know, I want to know when we're watching these fights, even the fighters, this is the funny part. The fighters don't even know what is more important. Like they're in the cage and they don't know. Like look at Justine Kish, who came on the show. She doesn't know what she has to do to win the fight sometimes. Now, yes, you want to finish your opponent. You never leave it to the judges, right? But there should be a more clear-cut way. This is more important than that. That's more important than this. We're going to go for that. They're so inconsistent that I feel the UFC has to do something about this. The commission needs to do something about this. Someone needs to do something about this. Now let's go to Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz looks like he is coming back. It looks like people want to see him fight. Me personally, I couldn't give two fucks. I'd rather see Nate fight, to be honest. Nick Diaz did that whole antic shit with Anderson Silva. It was just, it was so cringy to me. But Nate Diaz, I want to see Nate fight. If you were to ask me who do you want to see Nick Diaz fight, I think the only fight to make is Michael Bisping. That's the only fight I want to see. I want to see Nick Diaz versus Michael Bisping. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see Nick Diaz fight for a belt. I don't think he deserves it. I honestly don't think he deserves it. Let me know in the chat. What do you guys want to see for Nick Diaz? Hit me with a like. 86 likes. 86 likes. I want to get to 100 likes. Let's go MMA-Holes. Let's make Bruce Buffer dance for likes. Ask Chael Sonnen on, please. Says Nate. We've had Chael actually briefly on when he was fighting for Bellator NYC. You can check it out. We've had him on, and he called us the MMA-Hose. Not the MMA-Holes. The MMA-Hose. You can see it in our actual intro. You can run it back. Go to MMA Superstars, that playlist. You can see Chael Sonnen on. But I would like to have Chael on. And actually, Karen from Premiere, I think, is friends with Chael, so maybe. Rick Giggle says, it just subbed. Everyone hit that like button. There you go. One of my best friends is Mexican. Can't be hating, says Steve Johnson. Nick is washed up. Nate definitely, says KJ Fury. Diaz versus USADA, says Jay Smooth. Nick Diaz versus Cowboy. Jay Gutierrez says Marlon Lane. Nick versus Nate. A lot of people are saying, let the brothers fight. Let the brothers fight. We got 10 more likes. Yeah, motherfuckers. 90 likes. On our way to 100 likes. Stay tuned for the after show, JBH.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got
10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
Fuck you, dislikes.
I've got 10 more likes.
Bruce dance.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes.
I hope the dislikes die of AIDS. A horrible death of AIDS. 9 people. Mad Pickens says Bisping was asking for Nick Diaz on Fox. So there we go. All right, I'm in. Actually, I don't know if they had their show this Wednesday night. I wish I would have seen it. I think Nick would still kill Bisping after years off. This is Merciless Moose. Okay, let's go this. I like Nick versus Bisping. I really like that fight. I honestly think that's the only one to make right now. I don't want to see Nick Diaz fight for a belt. I don't want to see that. But the Bisping thing, the trash talk on the way, I'm down with that fight. Who would win, hypothetically speaking, if that fight were to happen? Nick Diaz or Michael Bisping? Let me know in the chat right now. Nick or Michael? Let me know in the chat. All thumbs down. What's up? Welcome back to the show. Sup, mofos? I can teabag Poirier. What? When is KO? Wait. Let me try this again. I can teabag Poirier when he is KO cause his chin is weak sauce. Thank you. That is wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
All thumbs down. Be right back. Okay. Nick Diaz versus Karen Bryant's husband. Yes, that's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
MMA-Holes, what about Rockhold? Rockhold wants to move up, so nah, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening over there. And the lead up to it would kind of be AIDS. Let's see. Nick would crush Bisping, says Nate. Bisping for the win. Diaz says one up, Willie. Bisping probably, says CC Ryder. Diaz all day. Wow, we are split in the MMA-Holes. If people found me out, not only would I owe $1 zillion in child support from all my kids just in this chat room, but the paparazzo would be climbing into my ass. All right, thank you, Steve Johnson. Trisket H's Bisping would win via decision. Both suck. Mexican Deicide says, generically honky name. Mike Bisping for the win, says KJ Fury. Chris ACB there, says Chris H. That's right, Chris H is going to AC. How many people in the chat will be going to AC? Marky Wahoo says Gastelum versus Nick. I don't want to see that. Well, Gastelum has a big fight versus Souza. I can't wait for that fight. Laugh my ass off. Man, you talk my slang like a white boy. I do. Let's open those phone lines up. It is 10:25. We're going to take this to 11 p.m. Eastern time. And then we're going to roll you over to JBH's show. Get us to 100 likes. Make Bruce Buffer dance. If you'd like to donate, link in the description. Interrupt the show with a song. And we have the super chat. There's a dollar symbol underneath that phone. All right, here we go. 516-522-0267. Get your last thoughts in. We have 80 people watching the MMA Holes. We will be live again on Friday for Fook Off Friday. Hit that notification bell if you haven't, so you're notified, so you know when we're live. And we're going to be doing the Bellator. We'll do a reaction / Fook Off Friday for this event over here, Michael Chandler versus Brandon Gertz. And we'll also be rolling what the kids like to call
the Die of Doom! The Die of Doom. Yes, wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Very dramatic. Very, very dramatic. This show is the most dramatic MMA show on YouTube. And we are goddamn celebrities over here. Look at that. Goddamn celebrities. Okay. 9:08. You're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name and what is on your mind?
Hey, it's Chris H.
Chris
What
H.
up?
What's up, my man? What's going on?
What's up, man? Nothing. You know, you were talking about how, like, what's important to the fans and to the fighters. I think I want to pick up on that subject, you know?
Okay.
And me, you know, me as a hardcore fan, you know, I feel like nowadays the UFC is just all about the money fights, you know, with McGregor and this and that. But I feel like it has to go back to, in terms of who's the number one contender. And, like, and it sucks because in that case, the ranking is, like, all a bunch of bullshit, too. So it comes down to, like, who's, you know, you have to look at people's record. You have to look at certain other aspects besides who they just beat in the UFC. You know, that's the problem. You know, like so many other fighters, they have so many other records outside the UFC. You know, in other organizations that may be bought out by the UFC or, you know, in that circumstance. And that needs to come back where we need to recognize who's willing to fight, who's the number one contender, and who deserves to be the champion. I mean, that's just the truth.
So you're saying they should pay more attention to the ranking system, correct?
Absolutely, you know, and like they should like change up the way it works too. You know, like I was saying, how all these fighters, you know, they unfortunately like it just goes by who they beat in the UFC. Well, you know, if you look at, you know, all these martial arts, you know, the UFC has been around for, you know, I mean, if you look at other if you look at a lot of the fighters today, you know, they come from other organizations, is what I'm trying to say, and they have a record, you know, from those organizations, and that just doesn't get recognized. And unfortunately, you know, obviously it comes down to who has the more star power, but unfortunately that has to change. You know, it's got to go back to who's willing to fight and who deserves to fight for the champion. So,
all right, so there you go.
That makes sense.
Thank you for the call, Chris H. So Chris is saying, go back to the ranking system. Enough with these crazy fights. And I have to say this, that the UFC sold for $4 billion. So that is why they are doing circus fights. Now, I do want to see the ranking system respected a little bit more. I do want to see the ranking system respected. And I agree with Chris on that one. So having a little fun with you, Chris. 516-522-0267. 516-522-0267. Get on the lines. What do you guys think about this new UFC? And there are rumblings, if you missed the beginning of the show, if you missed it, ESPN and, was it ESPN and CBS? Hold on. I forgot. Hold on a second. Let's go back over here. It's the motherfucking DOGG. It's ESPN and NBC, I think. NBC and ESPN, they are looking to purchase or have the rights to show the UFC fights. $320 million per year, $160 million per network. It looks like 6 pay-per-views. 6 pay-per-views. That's it for the year. And they're going to be splitting up fights, and it looks like Tough is gone. Do you guys miss Tough? Like, would you miss Tough in the Contender Series? I think Contender Series blows Tough away. I really do. I think the Contender Series is here, and Tough has run its course. I think they've done everything they need to do with Tough. So, that is that. Let's look in the chat over here. 516-522-0267. Smoking and melting down subs, says Steve Johnson. Nick wins versus Bisping, says Mart 1H. KJ Fury says, I am so high, my nose is bleeding. Rick Giggles says, that's Steve Johnson. Yes, sir. Pineapple Express. Jesse with the number. Make sure you subscribe to Jesse Bell Hill. Nate F.M. Smith says, LOL, should the UFC consider counting wins in kickboxing for UFC rankings? What? Says Nate. Wait, what? No. What the fuck is he talking about? Sup, HK Leon, what's going on? I'm zooted as fuck, says CC Ryder. How many people in the chat are fucking high tonight on the MMA Holes? How many people in this fucking chat are high? Hit me with a 420 if you're smoking on that ganja. Hit me with a 420. Let me know.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Fook Tufts is Drunk Savage. I don't miss it. No, I wouldn't miss Tufts is KJ Fury. Rick's giggle. Keep the party going. Time flies when your brain is oversaturated. On Mars. So Jay Smooth is on Mars right now. I'm on my 17th Bud Light. I'm lit. Mexican. I'm fucking jealous. I don't really drink as much anymore. I feel like I gotta get drunk. Maybe for the Fox card or Fuko Friday. Let me know if I should get drunk on the Fox card or Fuko Friday. I feel like I gotta kill a couple of brain cells. I don't know. The cola must have bumped his head. This is Nate FM. That's Chris H. He's good peeps. Could you imagine the post-fight Octagon interviews of Nate Diaz on NBC? No, I can't. Honestly, I don't even think they would even allow that to be on NBC. I think on a pay-per-view they would throw it out on there. 420, CC Ryder, 10 out of 10. Jay Smooth and Almond Brothers are smoking that ganja. Greg Oden is a snake. 420 for Jeanette Fastbin. 420 says Brando. Wow, a lot of people are motherfucking blazing in that chat tonight. Blazing, blazing, blazing. Let's see what we got here. I'm smoking Skywalker Kush. Brian Blaze. Man, oh man. There was a person, his name is Kevin the Tack Daddy. He is wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
He has a channel, and shout out to the Tack Daddy. Go check out Kevin the Tack Daddy if you're into tactical weapons and all that shit, firearms and all that fucking fun stuff. Some people like guns, some people hate guns. Who cares? But anyway, Kevin's channel over there, he does cover that stuff, and he made mention of perhaps doing something where it came to marijuana products, you know, dropping some MMA logos, MMA Hole logos onto marijuana products and doing something, I don't know, an interesting thing he brought up a little while back. Maybe I will dabble into something like that because we do have a community that just gets fucking high. I mean, you can't watch this without being high, right? Oh, wow. Exco says half these idiots ain't blazing, so he's calling everyone out. Dana White killed him, says Brando. No, your feed is dead, Chris. This is Kenshiro Ryu. No, tell me I'm not dead. It looks like I'm fine. Stop it. All right. 516-522-0267. Get in on the line. We could also talk about this over here. Ronda Rousey in the WWE. If you guys like that garbage. We have Bellator. Chandler versus Brandon Girls. And we have, well, this is AC. I tell you what. The UFC AC card, to me, blows away. And this is on FS1. The prelims and the main card with the fight pass of 3 fights. For fuck's sake. It starts off with Patrick Cummings versus Corey Anderson. Dude, this card is fire. This card is absolute fucking fire. LaFleur over here. God damn, where is this at? This is the Atlantic City card. That's right. What am I? I'm fucking lost. A lot of local guys fighting on the card. Aljamain Sterling, who's on the MMA Holes. God damn. Look at this card. This is the shit. This is the shit. What a fantastic card. Fireworks. It blows away this weekend. This weekend's card's good. I mean, listen, it's 4-fight main card. Poirier versus Gaethje. Which card are you more excited about? Let me know in the chat. Are you more excited about Gaethje versus Poirier, which is happening this weekend in Arizona, or the AC card? They haven't been AC in a little while, and goddamn, this fucking card. I'm actually really pumped about this fight card. I can't wait to fight buddies this one up. April 21st, Barboza versus Lee. Love it. I love the card. Let's see in the chat what you guys think. 94 likes, 9,767 Fooks are MMA Holes. You guys are all wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
She needs more. Jamal Bryant. Didn't you ever wonder where your father was? I think Tony Lee 2 happens if Lee wins. So HK, you think that, you know what? It's possible if Lee smokes Barboza. I don't think he's getting Khabib anytime soon. Let's see. JBH's been acting different recently. I'm worried about her, says Greg Oden Blaze. 453, says, I don't know what Olympia is saying. Xco's 22, Patreon, Arpit Singh. I think they're going to shut women featherweight division down, says Arpit Singh. You think so, huh? I don't think so. UFC has some good cards coming, says KJ Fury. This weekend's main event is Fight of the Year. AC says, I think the AC one, I do feel that the AC one is banging. Let's look at the other cards. Oh, we got Kenshiro Ryu. Kenshiro Ryu, welcome to the MMA Holes. What's up, my man?
Yeah, what's up? Yo, the AC card's like full of losers, man.
Losers? Hold on.
Losers.
All right, tell me about this.
Everybody just got like a recent L, man. They all suck.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point. They did all
Like
lose.
losers fighting losers. So what do you win? You win the top placement as a loser. You know?
You know what? You're fucking right. All right, 2 L's here. Frankie Edgar Cub, 2 L's here. Holy shit, Chase Sherman lost. Justin Willis, I don't remember his. Holy fuck, Kenshiro. All right, so here we go. Justin Willis is the one coming off a couple of wins. But then you got this one over here. Santos, I think, came off a win. But for the most part, yeah, the big dogs. Santos, this is a banging fight over here, by the way.
Yeah, I like Santos, but he's nothing compared to like Justin Gaethje versus Dustin Poirier, you know, and Israel.
I tell you what,
Kenyan, whatever his name is, you know.
But this card is so deep. It's such a deep card. Look at the Sterling fight, right? Sterling coming off that crazy KO, and then he fights Brett Johns, the 15-0 killer. Like he's like, yeah, fuck it, I'll fight that dude. That's a scary fucking fight over there. And then you got Miller versus Hooker. This Hooker kid, you know, people are high on him. I think he kind of sucks, to be honest. I think he's a little overrated. But that's an interesting fight. It's deep, man. You do have a lot of L's up top. I'll give you that. But I'm pumped. I think this is just a fun card, man. I think it's a fun card.
Yeah, it's a fun card if you would like watching a bunch of losers.
I can't argue.
I think it'll be a fun card to see who will take another beat down, you know?
I can't argue. You made a great point. There's a lot of L's on that card. So are you more excited about this weekend or next weekend?
Oh, definitely this weekend. This Saturday is gonna be really, really good. I mean, I don't know if Dustin Poirier can take the pressure from Justin Gaethje. You know? I mean, Eddie Alvarez is like a former champion, like WEC, Strikeforce, UFC, what have you. You know, like he could beat anybody on a good day. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, here we go with this card. Now, to me, I like the juice of the other card. A lot of names on the card, so the casual can get a little more excited. But Gaethje versus Poirier is fireworks, right? Absolute fireworks. The Condit versus Oliveira can just be a scary fight for Condit. I think it's going to be a good one. Look at Oliveira's last fight. That shit was bonkers. That was that first round, Oliveira was about to finish my man, Yancy Medeiros. And what happened? He got finished in the second round or third round. It was a fight of the night. Dude, a Cowboy is no joke coming off a short rest. That's fireworks. And then you got Adesanya. Everyone's high on that kid. Yeah.
I think that guy is like 38-0, like winning streak in kickboxing before he went to MMA. You know,
people love this kid. They love this kid, and he seems like a really good dude. He seems like a nice guy. So I'm pumped up. They're saying he looks like John Jones. Kenshiro, is that racist or is it true? Does he look like John Jones?
Everybody's racist, so he does look like a John Jones.
Yeah. Let's see. Anything else on your mind, Kenshiro?
Yeah, Michelle Watson. She needs to stop doing the annoying Asian voice, and then she needs to stop trying to act sexy all the time and actually start learning to fight, you know?
Wait, hold on. Wait, what are you talking about? Who should stop doing the...
Michelle Watson, that chink.
All right, so the karate hottie, you're saying that
she's not hot to me. She's only hot to non-Asians. She's kind of like an ugly Asian woman, you know? All
right, Kenshi, let's talk some real shit here. The karate hottie, she fought in Invicta, if I'm not mistaken, right? I think she was Invicta before the UFC. I'm pretty sure if not, she was. She was a champion.
She was like Invicta champion.
Yeah, she was banging Invicta. She was banging. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was she had a kid, right? And shit happens. She doesn't look the same. Even the ESPN magazine, she looks weird, like post baby body, and I don't know. There's something. I'm with you. I don't think she's.
No, her only problem is she's actually atom weight. You know. She's not really even a short weight. And the other problem is she's calling herself a karate hottie. She's doing like Instagram, like sexy poses. You know, she's trying to be sexy all the time. You know, you become sexy when you keep beating up other females as a female. You know, you don't become sexy because you try to be sexy and then try to fight. You know,
I'm pulling up some pictures of the karate hottie. Now, when she came in, I thought she was really super cute. Like, I have a picture over here. Her Invicta days, she was really cute. And then she kind of got like weird, momish. I don't know. There's something about her.
She's cute before she opens her mouth. You know, once she opens her mouth, you know, she's not cute.
Can you do your best karate? Yeah, she does. She does her mom's impression of her mom, and it's kind of getting old. Can you do your impression of Karate Hottie doing impression of her mom?
Yeah, it's cringe, you know. That impression is just
no good.
It's just so annoying. I have to turn it off every time she comes on.
I'm gonna look for her on Instagram right now. I'm gonna pull it up over here. The Karate Hottie. Yeah, it is. It is. I know exactly what you're talking about. She does it all the time. She thinks it's really funny. And see, here, who am I to say, right? Because this is what people say. Like, for instance, there's this Indian comedian. I forgot his name. The fuck's his name? Russell Peters? I think it's Russell Peters, right? And I don't get it. I listen to Russell Peters. I've watched his comedy, and I'm just watching like, what the fuck? Why is everyone cracking up laughing? And like, well, you have to be Indian. You have to have the background. He's joking around about the heritage and shit like that. Or Carlos Mencia, when he was popular, even though he's a hack, he would do his comedy, and I wouldn't get it. I'm not Mexican, so I don't get it. But now you're throwing Karate Hottie under the bus, saying she's not funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna like run her over with the bus and drag her like down 2 miles and toss her in the ditch. You know?
I'm gonna see if I could find her doing her mom. Let's see if I could find something here.
Just gave me these protein bars.
Oh, shut up! That's her annoying brat. Let's see what else
It's
we got.
like a horror movie. You know?
Yeah, it's terrible. What else do we have over here? Hold on, I'm gonna pull up while I have you on the line. Let's see. Let's see if I know she does. She has a whole. Oh, here we go. No, that's not it. Fuck. I know there's bits where she does impersonations of her mom, and now I can't find anything. Her ass is not bad though, Kenshiro. Would you stick it in her ass?
Every guy in prison has an ass too. So
yeah.
I'm not an ass guy. I'm a big titty guy. You know?
Yeah. You like? Hold on. Let's see what this is.
You know when mommy called, you gotta answer the phone, okay, baby?
Oh fuck.
Okay.
All right, forget it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I want to kill
Somebody
myself.
punch her in the face right now. You know. I hope she takes a beating in this Saturday.
All right, here's this face. I think I got a video here where she's doing her mom. This is the face she does when she does her mom.
Hello, everybody. Guess what today is? My birthday. Happy birthday to me. Happy
Oh my God.
to you.
Oh my God.
Happy
Right.
birthday to
It's
Oh
like a
my
fucking
God.
hippopotamus. You
I
know?
want to stab her in the face. I want to stab her right in her eyes. That's what I want to do.
Her sweaty friends are hot though. The friends that go with her to the gym.
Look at the guy. There's a guy in the background like, what the fuck is going on? This poor black guy's in the back of the car. He's like, oh my God, get me out of this car.
Oh shit. That's David Branch.
Wait, hold on. She's.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Those guys want to like get out of the car. They're like, what is this? Like, all Asians like this?
Yeah, I don't know. This is an embarrassment right here. This is ridiculous.
That looks like David Branch. Like,
is that David Branch? That's so racist, Kenshiro. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna
like
stop.
creeping. It's like creeping in the back. You know?
Yeah. All right, so there's just the Karate Hottie. Go check out her Instagram if you want to vomit.
You think she's gonna win her fight this Saturday? I don't think so.
I tell you what, she hasn't looked very good lately. She hasn't looked very good. Was she on how many fight losing streak? Over a 2-fight losing streak. Her last win was at PVZ, which is nothing impressive because.
Well, everybody figured it out. You know,
Yeah.
she's a karate fighter. You know, she doesn't have any knockout power, and she can't fight being pressured. You know.
Jay Smooth
She can't fight backing up, you know. She can only fight if you give her room to like display her karate skills, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This is a fight. This is not a fucking like martial arts seminar, you know.
Yeah, it's true. Now Jay has a great point, and he's representing the brothers in the chat. He says, "Yo, why is there a black man in the car?"
Wonderful.
Because the black brothers are always trying to hit up on them Asian girls.
Yeah, maybe that's
everywhere
it.
these days.
Is that true though? Well, no. You know what? I don't know if that is true. Now I know the brothers.
It's true.
I'm going to speak for the brothers here. I know the brothers like the thick women, right? I hear the brothers like the thick white women. Now, is this true? Let me know in the chat.
No, that's just a lie because they can't get the tight, skinny ass females, so they tell themselves they like the fat, sloppy females, you know.
Yeah.
Just to make themselves feel better, you know, because they're losers, you know.
Here's something to take a peek at with the Karate Hottie, right? Who's fighting this weekend. She is opening up the main card, and if you look at her L's, it's Tisha Torres and it's Rose, all right? So you look at that, you really can't knock Michelle Waterson, right? She's lost to Tisha Torres, who's fantastic. She's surprisingly good, and Rose Namajunas. So maybe
Rose is much bigger than her, you know.
Do you think maybe she's just facing tougher opponents? Maybe she still is that good. It's just she's just fighting better opponents here, or do you think she's washed up?
I think she's washed up. She's good at karate. You know, she shouldn't be fighting MMA probably.
Well, she's 32 years old, and she's fighting this weekend on a card over here that is Poirier versus Gaethje. She's opening it up. She's got a tough job over here ahead of her, fighting a 7-5-0 Courtney Casey. I don't know. You know what? Looking at this fight now, I don't want to give you my predictions because I give it for the Fight Buddies. But Kenshiro, if you had to put money down in this fight, would you go with Courtney Casey or Michelle Waterson? 7 versus 10.
I'll give it to Courtney, man. I'm not on the Michelle Wilson train.
Yeah, Courtney Casey's last fight was a split decision versus Felice Herrig. Her last win was against Jessica Aguilar. So she's been like up, down, up, down. It's an interesting fight. I'm still on the fence.
I think everybody can improve. I think Michelle Wilson is at a point, and she's like 32. I don't think she can improve anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, she is getting a little bit older.
You can improve like when you're in your 20s, but after 30, your body starts deteriorating. Everything just goes downhill from there, you know?
I think we've hit an all-time low here on the MMA Holes. We've gone racist and sexist all at the same time, Kenshiro. But thank God you have the Asian presence that we can get away with these things, right, Kenshiro? We need your help.
Yeah. I have the Asian racist privilege card, you know?
That's right. If you're Mexican, Colin will make Mexican jokes. If you're black, Colin will make black jokes. And if you're white, you know, Colin will make white jokes as well. And any other race, feel free to call in. Kenshiro, thank you for the call. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, it's Kenshiro. Kenshiro is wonderful.
Wonderful.
If you guys want to see Kenshiro Ryu, he came to the shit show at the Barclays Center, and he was awesome. Kenshiro, he's the man, right? 7 wins, 5 losses, leaning towards Waterson. Let me know in the chat, who do you have, Waterson or Courtney Casey? It's a tough one, man. Waterson's only losses, I mean, she's got the Tisha Torres and she's got the Rose. So you look at those 2 fights over there, and you're like, well, she lost to fucking Killers, right? She lost to Killers. Everything else is a win. So it's a tough fight to call. I don't know how the Karate Hottie will bounce back in that one, but we'll see. Get your last-minute calls in at 516-522-0267. We have a couple of minutes left in the show, and if you have not liked this, what are you doing? Like the fucking stream. We want 100 likes. We want
100 likes.
Right now, like this stream so I don't cry myself to sleep. 516-522-0267. We are the MMA Holes, TGIW. Subscribe to JBH, who is in the chat. She's dropping in the beeps. She'll be live very shortly, right after the stream. We go right into her show for the after show. I don't know why I squeeze you. White Powder says, Redneck Savage, I don't really care about this fight, honestly, says Mexican Diaz side. I don't care. I mean, listen, it's not horrible. It's not a horrible fight, but yeah, I mean, I would go to the bathroom during this one, sure. But I mean, these 3 are fire. Like these fights a lot. It's not the AC card to me. The AC card's ridiculous. But I mean, this is nothing with Gaethje is going to be bad. Nothing with Gaethje, unless you have a lay and pray fighter. Nothing with Gaethje is going to be bad. So Poirier, he's a killer. Love it. I love the fight. I think the fight's fire. Absolute fire. Here's the Karate Hottie's Instagram. Go check out the MMA Holes at the MMA Holes on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And this fight is fucking un fuego. 516-522-0267. Get your last minute calls in right now. The Karate Hottie should just do porn already, says X-Ghost. Brown Powder says Jose. It says 66 watching, 66 likes, 66 dislikes for me. I have 78 watching, 94 likes, and I don't know what the fuck you're watching. I have 80 watching right now. Let's see. I would poop in McDonald's bag, says Steve Johnson. All right, that's wonderful.
Wonderful.
What the fuck? Kenshiro, you already told us about your black raw fetish. It's a fun fight. I just don't think she's a real fighter. She's an Instagram thought, says Kenshiro Ryu. I like the whole card, says KJ Fury. So KJ Fury is down with the whole card. Now here's Adesanya, who's on the card, right? And I want to do something here. Let's see. John Jones. All right, let's see what we got here. So, we need more hair John Jones. Hold on, let's see what we got. He's crying John Jones. All right. Hey, Jose, welcome back to the show. What's on your mind?
Yeah, man. So, you know, I'm kind of bummed out that Ryu pointed out this is a fucking loser's card, that other one coming up, but the guy's got a fucking point. That kind of took the jelly out of the donut, so to speak. So you know what I want to talk about is when is the next big card? Because you know this one that just passed by was like the last big one. So I'm thinking that the next big event that everybody's looking forward to has got to be DC versus Theopic. That's going to be one for the fucking ages. That shit is going to be fire.
It's funny. UFC 226 in July, they're going to slam together a fantastic card during the summer. It's a big time of the year for the UFC, and the only thing there right now is Miocic and Cormier. So it's going to be fascinating. This is one of the few times that they put a fight together so far in advance, and they just don't have anything there. It's just sitting there. I have no idea who the fuck's going to be on this card. I'm dying to see who the co-main event is. I want to see how this main card pulls together, but right now it only says Stipe and DC. Man, I'm pumped up. Who knows? This is going to be a great card.
It's going to be fire. And you know what's something that, and I'm almost afraid to say it out loud because I don't want to jinx it, but DC and Stipe are not really known to pull out of fights. So, you know, they committed to this one months in advance. And, man, you're right. I can't wait to see who else they're going to get on that shit, but I guarantee you that Sean Shelby and Dana White are working behind the scenes to try to just get the best guys on that fucking card. It's going to be stacked. But that's the next one that I'm excited for. And I honestly think, and I've been thinking about it, man, Stipe's a bad motherfucker. There's nothing bad to say about him. He's well fucking rounded, super experienced. He's got the most title defenses as a heavyweight. As it stands right now, he's a fucking GOAT at heavyweight. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it.
Yeah.
But I have seen Chris with my own eyes. I have seen Daniel fucking Cormier ragdoll giant men. I saw him pick up fucking Barnett and toss him. I saw him pick up Gustafsson and toss him. And oh my God, Chris, what Daniel Cormier did to poor Dan Henderson, I won't even mention, bro. He looked like a fucking kid fighting a man. So I just think that, you know, John Jones was the only guy that was able to shut down DC. And DC is undefeated at heavyweight. Stipe has taken some L's before. So my MMA intuition is saying DC all day, baby. I can't fucking wait.
All right, Jose, thank you for the call. Jose chiming in. And I had DC as well. I'm still sticking with DC. There was a funny comment. HK Leon says, can you imagine if it's the only fight on the card?
Wonderful.
Could you imagine? It's the only fight on the card. That'd be awesome. Sure. Why does Jose end his sentences with a raised voice like it's a question? I am lost. Am I lost? Is Steve Johnson. Fucking dude, talks in slow-mo. LOL, Jesus is Vlad. He does talk in slow-mo. Jose jumping in. And yeah, this card, you have to think what they're going to put together around this card. It's going to be fire, right? They're going to save those big fights. Those Nick Diaz, possibly. I don't think Conor will be back in time for that. But there's going to be superstar names on this card. Maybe GSP. You're going to see something on this thing that you're going to be like, okay, I'm in. The one thing about this card, and Jose did say that DC does show up and these guys don't get hurt. No, DC has been hurt a couple of times. He has pulled out of a card or two. DC is also 39 years old. He's not getting any younger. This card can be one of the greatest cards of all time or turn into be one of the biggest disasters. They need to stack this card up. They need to pad this. You need to timestamp this right now. They need to do something with this card. Now, I think they're waiting to put things on here because they need backup plans. These guys aren't getting any younger. Stipe at 35 years old and DC at 39 years old. Fantastic fight if it stays together. If it stays together. So I think what they're doing with this card is they are making sure they have a fucking backup plan. That's what they're doing with this card. UFC 226, July 7th, 2018, Miocic versus Cormier is going to be a banging fight. MMA gods up there, if you're listening, please for the love of MMA God, keep that card intact. Keep that fight intact. And make sure you pad the fuck out of that thing because I have a bad feeling. I have a bad fucking feeling. We have 94 likes. What the fuck? What in the holy fuck? $94 likes. I want to see 100 likes. 78 watching. 94 likes and 9 dislikes. Let's do it. I want to see the 10 more likes song one more time.
10 more likes. Will we see 10 more likes? 100 likes on the MMA-Holes. If you have not liked this, do it now. Dramatic. Pray to the MMA gods. May they stack this card up and not leave us hanging. Hit that fucking like button. I'm so nervous. Let's go. I don't have all night. Hit the fucking like. Stop making me wait. Okay.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay, that was really dramatic. I was on the edge of my seat. If you have not liked this, I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for. Do not make me cry. You don't want to see a grown man cry on TGIW. Make sure you subscribe to Jessie Belle Hill. Jessie Belle Hill is wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Subscribe to JBH. JBH is throwing it down very shortly. So that is that. And she will be doing the live after show, the MMA-Holes After Swole show. She does a bunch of shows a week as well. She does 3 shows a week herself. So, oh, fuck, my thing is frozen. All that drama. All that drama, guys. Hold on. And we got 102 likes. You're going to make me cry. You're going to make me cry. 10 more likes. Yes! 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 We did it! 10 more likes!
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes.
Fuck you! Dislikes!
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I hope the dislikes die of AIDS. Thank you very much for liking this wonderful, wonderful, swole, sexy show. You guys are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you very, very much. Okay, I'm going to take one more call. One more call, and we're going to wind this shit down. My thing is frozen, too. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. It's weird. The stats are freezing up. Anyway. Okay. 503, you're the last caller of the night. What's your name and what is on your mind?
Whee!
NH, what's going on, NH? You always pull it off. The last call of the night. It's unbelievable.
Just lucky, I guess.
You are lucky. You sure are lucky. You are ending the show tonight. Now, listen, this is a lot of pressure I'm putting on you right now to end the show, the MMA-Holes. Listen, you're 7%. You're strong. You've been an MMA-Hole for a long time. And how long have you been watching the MMA-Holes?
I think it's been
7 years?
Pretty close to a year, yeah.
A year?
Because when were you on Eddie's show? That's when I started.
When was I on? I was never on Eddie's show. Well, actually, Eddie came on here. Yeah. He came on the Fight Buddies. Like, it was a weird, cameo appearance. It was a while back. We've been live for a year and 6 months. So a year sounds about right. Yeah,
a year.
There you go. So how's it feel? How's it feel to be a year strong?
It feels great.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Now, are you wearing your 7% shirt right now and nothing else?
No, it's dirty and dirty laundry. Sorry.
Okay, it's fine.
I already wore it.
Could you wear it on Friday? Could you wear it on Friday for us or no?
Wear it on Friday? Okay, I'll wear it on Friday.
Yeah, don't make me beg, please. For God's sakes. Let me ask you a question. Have you wore your 7% shirt and does it get Mike going? Like when you put that shirt on?
Yeah, I guess it gets Mike going. You see that 7%.
Yeah, it's a proven fact.
I wore it on Easter.
Did you really? Wow, look at that. That's representing right there. I tell you what, anytime I wear this shirt, I need to walk around with my trophy over here and beat women over the head with it because they just can't get enough of this shirt. It's like I don't know. It gives off pheromones and shit. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's an attraction.
Yeah. So, and what?
Right there.
Yeah, go ahead. What is on your mind? What's going on?
I know you were talking about Paige earlier. That was yeah, kind of sad. Well, I knew about the bowling because I'm from the same town, so I knew about that, but I didn't know about the other thing. So the race, so I didn't know about that.
It's terrible.
But I did know about the bowling.
The bowling or the bullying?
The bowling. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
She's being bullied a lot when she's in high school. I'm sorry.
I thought she bowled a lot. I thought she bowled a lot in high school. Turkey. Yeah. Anyway. Well, let me ask you a question. We got a little serious before, and every once in a while you got to get serious, right? And what do you think about this? Like, I don't know how to dance around this topic, but address it at the same time. A serious situation, but she comes out with it in a book, right? Do you think that's the way to go about a situation like this? Like, if you go through a traumatic experience, let everyone know through a book? Or do you think she should have went about it a different way in the public or not even addressed it? What do you think? Do you think she handled this correctly?
I think the book was better to handle it.
Okay. Will you read the book?
It's making her, yeah. She wanted to get it out there, and if it helps others, then that's a good thing.
Sure.
Yes, she's going to make money off the book, of course, but it's still getting the word out, too.
I was thinking about buying the book for my nephews before he goes to bed. I'd be like, don't go to any parties at 14 years old. All right, stop it. All right, anyway.
Wonderful.
All right, I'm not making any more jokes. That's it. That's the last joke of the night for that.
Okay.
I
The
promise.
fight card's good this weekend.
Yes.
So we'll get to that. Yeah.
Let's talk about that, Ann. Help me out. Save me. What do you think? All right, UFC.
Make me laugh.
Yeah, Fight Night, Poirier versus Gaethje. I know you're in our Pick'em League. Link in the description. Goat Milk. What do you got? You don't have to tell your picks, but what fight on the card are you looking more forward to? Is there anything to look out for? Is there a guaranteed pick you would love to give to the MMA holes?
Poirier and Gaethje, yeah.
Yeah, that
I
fight
like
is
that one.
It's a no-brainer, right? There's no way this fight's going to suck.
Yeah, I noticed there's a lot of fights on the Fight Pass. Wow.
Wow, yeah, look at that, Ann. Good point. I didn't even fucking notice this. There's what the
six
hell?
on there.
What the hell's going on here?
What the
It's its own
heck?
fight card. Good
Yeah.
point. What the hell is that about? Someone's trying to sell Fight Pass.
Exactly.
Are you happy about Fight Pass going? I know we're going a little bit late. I'm going to shut this down real soon. But are you happy that Fight Pass, the UFC is getting rid of Tough?
Kind of. Well, that's how I started watching the UFC. Was the first one, Tough, all them years ago. So I like Tough, so that's how I started watching MMA and UFC and stuff. So I can't say anything bad about it.
It's funny. You're not the only one. I started on Tough as well, and not as early as you guys, but I did start on Tough as well, and you hear that a lot. Tough brought people in. Maybe the Contender Series can bring new people in, but I don't know. Maybe it's a flaw. Maybe it's a mistake. They have a reality show. It appeals to a big audience, I guess. Other than fighting, other people can watch. When it comes to the Contender Series, it's just basically fighting, So I don't know if it's going to reach as big of an audience. So maybe it's a misplay by the UFC.
Yeah, could be.
All right.
That's for sure, because I know a lot of people started watching with that too, like you said, the Tough, where they started watching it. And yeah, a couple of times it's been a little bit, why am I watching it?
Yeah.
But I'm just loyal, I guess.
Okay, Ann. Well, thank you
Just
for
like
the call.
I am to your show. And Jessie's.
I appreciate the loyalty. All right, Jessie's rolling her eyes in the chat, for fuck's sake, Ann. Ann, would you like to say anything to Jessie or shout her out before we go into our after show?
I gotta say, 7% rules.
7% rules. Thank you, Ann H. You are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful,
7% rules. Wonderful, wonderful. I am a goddamn motherfucking celebrity. Make sure you subscribe to the greatest channel on YouTube. Thank you for giving us 100 likes. I will see you live. Well, I'll be live on the second channel, not the MMA Holes, probably tomorrow. You never know. You got to subscribe to know. Link in the description, Kobe's Corner. Shout out to Kobe's Corner. Go subscribe to him. And Jessie Bell Hill, who is in the chat right now. JBH. Go subscribe to her. She's going live right now. I'll see you live on this channel on Friday for Fuqar Friday. Bellator 197 will be a fight reaction / the die of doom.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And that is that. Had a great time tonight. I hope you had a great time. I'll see you Wednesday. No, this is Wednesday. I'll see you Friday. And if you subscribe to the second channel, I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.